Welcome to LoganRobo's stream, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is the 100 Line Last Defense Academy. Here's your encouraging, motivational thought for the day. If you ever feel bad about how your life is going, what your social life is like, what your job is, just think, at least you're not that guy in the mirror always looking back at you. He has to copy all that dumb crap you do. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! How is everybody doing? Sorry that we're a little bit late. My computer just decided to freeze on me right before I was going live. Like, I had everything set up. I was great. Like, okay, I'm gonna go to the kitchen, grab a bottle of water, make sure I got some hydration. I come back and everything's frozen. And it took forever, but we're here. We're here, we're ready. How are all of you? By the way, I feel bad because I'm looking over here. First one in the chat today was extemporaneous before we went live over on the Twitch side of things, giving us a random Transformers check and a Would You Rather. And I realized last stream, Extemporaneous did the same thing, and I even copied it down because I didn't want it to accidentally refresh and get deleted, and I forgot to do it at the beginning of the stream. So what I think I should do, since we have a backlog of 2 random Transformers check, we'll wait till Vero shows up to do those, but we do have 2 Would You Rathers to start off the stream to give you just something to think about. Last time's Would You Rather from Extemporaneous was, would you rather only be able to watch movies you dislike or only be able to listen to music you dislike? I feel like for me, I mean, I do like movies and music, but I feel like I'm more into movies than I am into music, and so it would suck, but I would take only music that I dislike, and because then I can still enjoy movies. I mean, the music would suck, but I'd rather give up music than give up movies. And the other Would You Rather from today was, would you rather eat only cookies forever or never eat cookies again? Here's the thing, I love cookies. I love cookies, but there are so many things I love more than cookies. So I would say never eat cookies again. Just cake alone. Like, I couldn't give up cake in lieu of cookies. So I think never eat cookies again. Then Castle was here saying there's a cat bonking around and mewing faintly in my closet. Then the important question is, Castle, do you own a cat? I'm pretty sure you do. I think you posted a picture of a cat in the Pet Pics channel on Discord. Because if you own a cat, then that's fine. If you don't, then that is cause for concern. Castle doing the hope command. Hope has lost all meaning, but so is despair. Says, explain. That would have been from the Danganronpa days when they said the words hope and despair so much that they were meaningless. Also, you can tell when their commands were made by Rukov back in the day because I always have like weird fonts and lots of emotes. I made very few commands on the channel. 95 to 99% of them were made by other people, but there are tells. And the Castle does command STD, special hug, transmitted disease. Says, what is this? The flu? That's another one somebody else made up. I don't know. Oak saying I'm late. I am late, but how you doing, Oak? How you doing, Castle? Castle doing IF, saying if I see a hole, I want to go into it. Logan 2021. The other forgotten hole command. That's from a game. I can't remember what game. I know it was a spooky game. Maybe Poppy Playtime. I just remember we were running and there's a hole and I wanted to go in the hole. Oak said there's another. Castle says, and then there's a lick command. That's a root cup. You can tell again, weird fonts and emotes. Castle says, who in the gosh dang made Daddy and Daddies? I think those ones might have been clam commands during the early Ace Attorney streams. Bring.
Hello, everyone.
Dagger, how are you doing? Dagger, it's so good to see you. I know that we don't see you every single stream, so I always get really happy when we do see you. How are you, Dagger? Thank you so much for re-upping this sub. 3 months. Still only a third of the way to a subscription, baby. But how are you? Let me take a look over the YouTube chat. I see first one here today over on YouTube before the stream was Taco saying, what's up, guys? Frulzy says, I'm going to watch this in Minecraft using a YouTube TV mod. Well, that's if I can get it to work. That's cool. I didn't know you could do that. That's fancy. Am I on a TV in your Minecraft world? Is it like proximity? Like if you walk away, do I get quieter? That is so cool. And then Crystal said Logan is trying his hardest to start stream. His PC isn't cooperating with him. Everything is frozen according to him, so bear with him with the lateness of the stream. Yeah, like I said, I stepped away to get water and I came back and nothing was working. It was so sad. Taco says, where are you, Logan? Why can't I find you? Why are you so far away? That sounds like that should be set to... Oh, is that set to the Where Are You Christmas song from the Grinch? Was that Where Are You Christmas? Why can't I find you? Why are you so far away? Is that what you're doing, Taco? I hope I recognize that. Crystal says, yippee, said Logan is replaced by dark mode Logan. That's why Logan is away. Dermo saying hi. How you doing, Dermo? Taco says dark mode Logan is canon. Well, from the April Fool's stream, it was. Frilzy said, the guy in my mirror is a cutie. Ah, good for you. Mine isn't. Mine is not. Sveta says, good evening. How you doing, Sveta? Derma says, will the movie soundtrack be made awful as well? Ah, that is a good question. I would assume the movie would be untouched. So maybe if you want music, you could just listen to a movie in the background. But I'm not sure the rules. We'd have to ask extemporaneous. Said because that could ruin quite a few movies. That is true. I'm going to read just a couple more quick comments on Twitch. Then we will get into the game. I'm excited. I have a new theory. I was thinking about the game today. I have a theory about a traitor in the game that I want to share with you guys, because some of you have played this, right? You guys have a spoiler channel for this where you can discuss things, so you would know if I'm right or wrong, yeah? Oak says, hey, Longa, how you doing, Oak? I think I already asked you, but still, how you doing? Quicketa says, Squints, 3 months of free Super Duolingo for buying or gifting subs. I saw that. I'm personally, like, not too worried about getting it myself, because I don't know. I mean, yeah, you got to sometimes wait, like, 15 seconds to skip an ad. But although I'd love it, I just worry that it'd be one of those things where you get free, but then they'll make you type in your info, and if you get to cancel, they'll like charge you or something. But still, Quick to say that's the weirdest promo I've ever seen. Not as good as Valorant's whole thing for September with gifting extra subs. Oak says, Lurk, finishing episode of Dexter with my dad. Just as long as the two of you aren't learning any lessons from Dexter, with like your dad teaching you how to become an effective serial killer. Quicketa says, anyways, howdy, 2 hours till Digimon Time Stranger. I'm dying from the hype, help! I am excited that you're excited, Queen Katie. You gotta let us know how it is. You said you played the demo and you liked it. Oak said, one more for good measure. And Cypher says, I've been grinding for 4 hours on Metaphor LOL. You've already beaten the game. Why do you gotta keep grinding? What is there left to grind? Okay. Let's load up the game, y'all. I've spent 10 minutes just saying hi to you guys, but that's my favorite part of everything, is just saying hi to all of you and talking to you. And we can play games, I guess, if we really, really want to. Also, I was thinking about what to do with our free time, and I think I was going back and I was watching the previous VOD to kind of take a look at the effects of everything we're doing on our grades. And it seems like the library is pretty darn effective with reading stuff. So I think we're just gonna do a bunch of reading in the library. We did math last time, so we should probably do that again at some point to like finish off the book. I think it said books take 2 times. And social studies, we're still at 0, so we should go and do some social studies reading, and then hopefully some story will be happening. And there's a pin message. Written by Queen Katie, pinned by Crystal says, well, anyway, to Logan, depending on how things goes, we might getting more VA fact. Oh, new characters! Also, I've learned that in the Japanese version, we have 6 pretty derby VAs in this game. That's insane horse ratio. Well, okay, so they're gonna probably be female characters, because I assume all the pretty derby characters, unless the pro tag is voiced for like male players, are gonna be female. So, because how many female characters have we seen? We've seen Karuwa? I guess we've seen Karua's mom. We've seen Haruko, Tsubasa, and Kako. So that's 5 right there. So it's probably gonna be like most of the female characters are pretty derbies from the sounds of it. So please let us know how many of the pretty derby horses have we met thus far, Queen Katie. Okay, looks like Ato's up on the roof, but he just wants to hang out. I'm gonna talk about the theory a little bit later, but my new theory is I think Ato's the traitor. I used to think it was Ima, but the more I think about it, I think it's Ato. I think Ato's a traitor, and I will expound my perfectly sound and logical reasoning later for y'all to tell you why that is. But yes, that is what I am convinced of. I feel like every time we run to people in the hall, they just have the same thing to say. So let's go into the library. Let's finish that math book, and then our next free time we'll start social studies. And I think that sounds like a plan to me. Read a book and study, time will pass. Yes, math again. Because I think it said last time 2 times we'll finish the book, right? There we go, analysis, mathematical happiness theory. And we learn about how math makes us happy. Crystal, how you doing? Says, after people leaving due to the AI things in Duolingo, they're probably just desperate for users now laughing. I should probably switch fully to a different language learning app. I'm just so deep into it as a thing. I've got like 1,300 and something day streak. And like, I know I don't usually think about streaks, but there's something about seeing that number go up that's nice. I know Lucy Seesaw sent me ages ago some links to apps that are better for Japanese language learning, but still. Quiggin says, funny you mentioned the mirror in your pre-show speech. You should check out Infinity Train someday. What do you mean someday? Queen Katie, okay, you want to know the secret, Queen Katie? The entire reason why I did that is because earlier today I was looking on a like cartoons message board I saw, and someone mentioned Infinity Train. My favorite season is the second season, and that's all about a mirror pro tag. So there you go. I know exactly what you're talking about, Queen Katie. We don't need no someday. Someday was like 2 years ago or whenever it was. So yes, do watch Infinity Train. I was just, okay, brief tangent with Infinity Train. I think I mentioned this before on stream ages ago, the last time we talked about this. I was bummed that the fourth season was so disconnected from everything else because they had to have seen the writing on the wall that there was a chance it could get canceled. And so I feel like their highest priority should have been, we need to work on wrapping up the main storyline. Instead, they're like, let's just do a side thing that has like very little to do with anything else. And it's like, dude, it was good, but it's like you could have spent the time like tying up loose ends. I feel sad about that. We get a pin message written by Queen Katie. Says, Darami was one of the pretty derby ones. Feruz I voices Sirius Symboli. And apparently the PA system is voiced by... Oh yeah, we have a PA in this for like the city stuff. Hiroko Hibi, who voices Fenomeno, who I believe is a Gold Ship sibling. Nice. I still only know like 2 of the horses from that. But nice. I'd forgotten that. I guess there are other miscellaneous voices out there. Okay, I'm still in the middle of this book. Maybe I'll read it to the end. Huh. ... Finishing this book increased your analysis by 10! Okay, finishing books does a lot. So that was good. We didn't get to actually read it. I wanted to learn about math happiness. Let's go learn about social studies happiness. Yeah. Anybody else lingering around? Man, if every day is just running down reading a book, we're going to zip through this entire game so fast. Simon said, no, wait, I have ads. Oh my gosh, I glanced over and my brain misread ads as AIDS. And I thought you were saying, no, wait, I have AIDS. I'm like, wait, that's how you tell people? Said, I lost my gifted sub. No. Okay, there you go. But at least your immune system is working properly. You have to see ads, but your autoimmune system is not deficient. That's what matters, at least as far as I know. Rukov says, Logan's version of Man in the Mirror is surprisingly dark. Rukov, I was just talking about you, how you could like tell your commands, your little fingerprints with like the different fanciful, whimsical fonts and emotes and things like that. Castle does Rukov commands, I'm gonna let Rukov create commands, and it never stopped. Quiggin says, you also should watch Infinity Train 2, lol. It's a good show, I like it. Eglin says, Logan, I have an important lore question, being as vague as possible. Yourself or your son? It's such an ominous question now that I wrote it out. Here's what I'll say. I will say my son, simply because, like, as you guys know, I don't have a girlfriend, I'm not married, I don't have kids, but the idea of me having a son in lore, that's almost like a son-in-law if you're Australian, or son-in-law. But that means that, like, at least the lore version of me, lore accurate Logan, has a kid at some point. So can I go with that? Read a book, study time will pass. Social studies. Observation, Tokyo residential complex languages, or exploration, everything there is to know about the Tokyo residential complex. Okay, exploration. Let's learn everything that we need to know about this. I'll try reading this book today. Everything there is to know about the Tokyo residential complex. The Tokyo residential complex is a fortress within an all-weather dome. Its size is roughly 390 square miles. It's mankind's sole residential area. Okay, so I didn't know that. I thought that maybe like all over the world there were cities that were like this. So this is like all that's left. But okay, now is it really all that's left, or is it what we think is all that's left? It's like the first episode of Attack on Titan, when you're like, this city, you know, just protected by these 3 walls, that's all that's left, that's all of humanity, and then you realize like, oh, that's not quite true. It's mankind's sole residential area based on the 23 wards of the old world city of Tokyo. Some 500,000 people live peacefully under a roof that shields the sky. On the surface, society operates under capitalism that encourages the free market, but the wealth gap is rather small, and in practice is closer to communism. The Tokyo Residential Complex's governing body is the Tokyo Residential Complex Administration, whose members inherit their positions. The predecessor of the Tokyo Residential Complex, White Square, was completed around White Square years ago. The sponsor of the construction plan was White Square, who was White Square at the time of the White Square project to protect mankind from White Square. Together with their sworn friends, White Square, and White Square, they, oh crap, they, White Square, a coup d'etat. Never let it be said I don't commit to a bit. Oh crap. Just a second, Tomcat. White Square, Oh! Oh! It's so loud. It's so loud. White Square. Please be done. Oh, thank goodness. Why do you guys watch me? I wouldn't watch that. I would not watch that. I would have changed channels. Oh, we get a pin message written by Cypher, pinned by Crystal, says, call it a mental institute with all that white. I'm gonna read some chat. Let me take a look over at YouTube first of all. Let's see. Dermo says, oh yeah, I've started this Shuten Order, the new game by Kodaka and a few others. It is wild. I feel like I've heard that name, but I don't really remember if people told me what it was. Frilzy says you can always, enforced by US law, cancel a subscription immediately after purchase and still get the benefits from a subscription until the renewal date, which your subscription benefit ends. I didn't know that, Frilzy. Huh? Oh, okay, apparently there's a no word in that. The TTS girl won't say. Oak says, Logan, I just finished episode with my dad. What the F? What is happening? Okay, you tricked TTS girl a while ago to drop some F-bombs, but this time not for some reason. But thank you, Oak. I committed. Never let it be said I'm afraid of commitment. Any girls out there, I will commit to you just like I committed to saying White Square over and over again. You'll know I'm dead inside because of it. But I will do it for the children, for that son that Eglin was talking about that I don't actually have, but may someday have. But thank you so much for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate that. Because Frilzy, I'm gonna have to look into that. Thank you for the info. Derma says, wait, are you sticking with the Ato equals Karua theory and therefore Karua is a traitor, or are you abandoning that idea? I am modifying it. I'm gonna wait till the next time we like talk to Ato, and then I'll expound upon it. Just give it. But I've been thinking about this. I think Ato is a traitor. Now, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, though, because I still don't know if we're actually the good guys. I think there is a chance we might be the bad guys and that all the monsters we're fighting are, like, regular people, either, like, that's them maybe mutated by hemo-anima, and they're trying to stop us because maybe whatever the countdown of 100 days is gonna, like, destroy the world or the last bastion of humanity in the Tokyo Residential Complex. I don't know. But I do have a new theory. And I will, like I said, I'll get to it the next time we're talking to Ato. But I am sticking with that Ato is Karawa theory. Frulzy says, this white square guy seems neat. I said it so many times. The words white square lost all meaning to me. Sveta says, those white squares remind me of redacted in SCP documents. That's what it's supposed to be, obviously. I should have just said redacted. And then increase the length of the word redacted based on the spacing, but I make bad decisions. Over on Twitch, Oak is saying, I easily pick movies, I can watch TV shows, I make music. Okay, that is fair. TV shows are getting to the point where they are just as good, if not better than movies, but still, I'd never be able to watch the 1986 animated Transformers movie again. Castle doing more commands. Castle, did you find like the list of all the commands? I don't even know what's on there. Like I said, most of, like 95 to 99% of them were not made by me. Quickgator said, I also would pick movies. I have more favorite music than movies. Castle doing O command. Quickgator says, I can live without cookies, lol. I just bought brownie mix today from the store. I just bought some yesterday. My mom wanted to make some brownies, so I bought her a couple of boxes of brownie mix. Cypher says, and good news about Metaphor, I'm getting close to the platinum trophy now. I got 2 trophies today and 4 yesterday. How many trophies you got left? Quickgator says, captions, pet pigs channel, huh?
Does beef longer curse? Do beef longer swear?
Unfortunately.
Does longer say fuck? Does he say it properly? Does beef say shy? Does longer say fucker? White square, 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 boo.
Ah! Thank you for that, Beef Longa TTS. Oh, it's Crystal! I thought it was Oak by the boo at the end, but I looked over. That was Crystal. Thank you for the profanity-laden and sometimes mispronounced Beef Longa TTS. Crystal, it sounds so wrong to hear a voice that I know is supposed to be my voice saying those words that are not in my vocabulary. But thank you so much for the Beef Longa TTS, Crystal. Oh, and Crystal over in the chat is saying, do the Crystal command to say meow. Okay, and there's where Dagger re-upped us up. Thank you again, Dagger. I really appreciate it. Let's play some game. Blah, blah, blah.
Is this heaven?
Is this heaven? 'Cause you look like you fell out of here. Sorry, it did just sound like the start of a pickup line to me. Huh?
Actually, consider this. If you pick music, you can only listen to music you dislike, so if you watch a movie with music, you explode or something.
Well, that's what, who was it? Was it Dermo or Fruzy? Was someone, I think it was Dermo, I could be wrong, was asking over on YouTube. It's like, does the music in the movies change? Like, how does that work? And so I was saying, I assume that the movies are still intact, like they are still what they are, and maybe they'll have good music, but maybe all the music in the movies is replaced with bad music for you. I don't know the rules of Would You Rather. I think you just have to kind of like not think too deeply about that type of stuff and just kind of prioritize. Like the question's asking you which do you prioritize, movies or music, you know? But thank you very much, both Dagger and Oak, for the 10 bits each. Most of this has been censored. It's practically unreadable now. Reading this book increased your exploration by 5. Great job. Now everything is level 1. Dong, bing, bong. Bing, bong, ding, dong. Okay.
You never know when
same dialogue as always. But yeah, we'll just keep reading books until the story progresses. And who knows, maybe we'll like zip right up to day 90 or something. No attack today. That's a relief. I know it's only a temporary reprieve. The invaders aren't going to stop. They will attack again. But if I spent all my time worrying about that, I'd go crazy pretty fast. I'll try to just keep it in the back of my mind whenever I can. Forcing my thoughts away from serious matters, I allowed myself to drift off and enjoy some Monokuma theater, which you're not going to get to see. It's just too much effort to make all that. Dong, bing, bong. And then... Whoa!
Up and out of troops, time to rise and shine!
Okay, I know I've seen that type of pattern of paint on someone's face before. Is that like a kabuki theater thing? Or is that like a samurai warrior thing? Whatever that is, what does it have to do with his box? I thought it was going to be a puzzle box, but that's probably, aren't those the traditional like square-shaped boxes that sake is supposed to be drunk in for some reason? Am I wrong? Like the sake, I think traditionally is drunk in like square-shaped wooden cups. Maybe. I don't know. I don't drink alcohol, so I am not privy to all of their secrets and mysticism.
Get ready for your 22nd day of active service here at Last Defense Academy.
Siray, were we just not addressing this? Was this going to be for a bit that you would have done if you hadn't been chopped up into pieces?
Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness.
Okay.
Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy.
And your face? Okay, well, that's just a thing that happens, apparently. Now then, what should I do today? It's free time. We're gonna go read some more books. I'm gonna save again and stagger a save. So you see that we already 26 minutes into chat have advanced a day, and we're probably gonna advance another day in like the next 10 minutes or so. Let's see, Quick said, oh yeah, I forgot I had a command. I think it was back when we used to, I say we, I was never the one who did it. I feel like Rukov was really spearheading the project. Used to create commands for like every frequenter of our streams. All right, library, let's do this. Cypher said, because this man is late, I can only stay for 5 minutes. Stupid PC. I'm sorry, Cypher, but I appreciate the 5 minutes you're here. It means a lot to me. Thank you for being here. And I am glad that you're enjoying Metaphor. I was looking at my analytics today because I'm dumb. You should never look at your analytics. I don't know, maybe you should. Man, YouTube does not like my Metaphor Refantasio clips. Oh boy, they do not like my Metaphor clips. So, it makes me sad. But what you gonna do? Okay, let's read some more social studies and everything there is to know about the Tokyo residential complex. I'm still in the middle of this book. Maybe I'll read it to the end. ... Yeah, we're not gonna read any more redacted stuff. Finish the book, increase your exploration by 10. That's like a lot. 10 is a double digit. Oh, somebody's here. I hope it's a girl. Okay, here. Gotta check, see if we got bad breath. Check under the piss. Okay, I think we're good. Check my hair in the mirror. Looks awful, but that's normal. All right, let's save before we open this door in case this girl asks us to make decisions about our future. All right. I opened the door and welcomed my guest inside. Hey, baby. Come on in. Oh, it's Ato! Who might be a girl secretly? I still think Ato is secretly Karawa. Huh? Yeah?
Spoiler, it's never a girl.
Well, Darumi came over that one time, and I mean, granted, she's a crazy girl that you probably should not let into your home, but she did come over one time. So, I mean, but probably from now on, it's never gonna be a girl. But thank you very much for the 10-bit stagger. Thank you, I appreciate that. Even if it's crashing my dreams. Okay, so I want to tell you guys about the new theory I have with Ato. Because I was thinking about this, and up until this point, I've been sussing that Ima is the one who got rid of Haruko. That he either killed her, or knocked her out and dragged her beyond the undying flames, and left her there to die, or he did something. And that's what I've been running, and mainly because he kept saying, I have a plan, and then afterwards like, oh, my plan was just to seduce her. But then the more I think about it, the more obviously suspicious that is. Like anyone would automatically go, oh, that's suspicious. He's the one. And they wouldn't give it to you that easy, right? That's gotta be a red herring. They're trying to go for a swerve. And I was thinking about it, and the only other person besides protagonist who knew she was going to be sharing secret information with us the next day was Ato. And I could be wrong, but I think Ato might have been the one who said, well, let's wait till morning so we can gather everybody here. And so if that's the case, it may have been that we went there to confront her, and maybe he had some ulterior motive about it, and then realized like, oh crap, she's just going to tell us. Okay, let's wait till morning, it's late, let's wait till morning. And then eliminates her. And then I started thinking about his behavior before Siray disappeared. And up until Siray's disappearance, Ato was the one who kept saying, it's like, no, don't trust Siray. Don't trust Siray, because Siray's not going to answer any questions. Don't trust Siray. Don't trust Siray. And then Siray finally goes, all right, I'll tell you everything tomorrow. And then disappears. I don't think Ato was like seriously wanting to get answers to those questions. I think Ato was just trying to sow distrust of Siray. And then as soon as Siray was like, no, I'm gonna tell you guys everything, it's like, Ato's like, crap, I can't do that. I can't let people find out this stuff. So Ato, I think for some reason does not actually want, either doesn't want us to know things or doesn't want us to trust our bosses here. And he's had a complete 180 about it and now is like totally on board Power of Friendship, but it's so over the top that it feels phony. And I think he's overcompensating at this point. And he's still going to try and undermine us, but is just doing that as an act so that whatever he does next, we won't suspect. I still also suspect that Eito is secretly Karua. Or I was thinking that, Karua has the scar on her stomach. Maybe Karua, before the Karua accident, was actually conjoined twins, joined at the belly. And the scar was because, I got to separate the two twins. Oh, no, except, you can't have fraternal conjoined twins. Well, maybe Eito's still secretly a girl, but is like a long-lost sister of Karua. There could still be boobs underneath that jacket, the parka. I don't know. You guys, whatever you want. But that's my new theory. And I don't, because Ima is too obvious of a pick, right? And I feel like I fell right into the trap of, suspecting Ima, and feeling proud of myself. I figured it out as Ima. It's like, no, I think the game is wanting you to suspect Ima, but it's not really Ima. If you haven't played the game and don't know the answer, let me know what you think about the theory. If you do, then just giggle to yourself about how wrong I am, just quietly. Let's see. I'm going to read a couple more comments in the chat before we get back in this. Castle doing some more commands. Blame command? Quicketa says, hey, Crystal, can you pin? Are you doomed to just sit? Cyrus says, that is not a real command. Maybe it should be. We should have a blame command. Eglin says, I left for a second, only heard the where are you part and thought, where are you? Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Oh, where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep. I cannot dream tonight. I need somebody and always. Anytime I hear those songs, I can only think of the weird accent of the singing. Dagger says, yay, traitor theory. So that's my theory. For now, I reserve the right to change it. Cass says, what? According to the official Cloudblock documentation, ... Maybe it's turned off or something? Crystal says, bully, and said I can pin. Eglin says, I need to finish my Inktober art for today. Oh yeah, it's October. How is everybody's Inktober, those who are participating? Let me take a look over at YouTube chat. Dermo says, dang, White Square got up to a lot. Says, Logan, if you commit to this bit, you'll be reading for White Square years. I'm just impressed that you found a White Square emote to use over on YouTube chat. Sveta says, after 30 times, it sounds like you're saying Y Esquire instead of White Square. I felt myself slipping into instead of White Square was, what was I trying to, why did it sound? White Square. No, White Scare is what I kept accidentally almost saying instead of square, scare. And it's like a white scare is just like the red scare, but white. History lesson for the day. Derma says, oh my gosh, it autocorrected Kodaka to Kodak, the camera company. I figured out what you meant though. Derma with a message redacted says, quote, you look like you fell out of here is a terrible pickup line, but a great insult. Well, it's like the old, it's the old joke of the backhanded pickup line. It's like, hey baby, did you, because it's supposed to be like, hey baby, are you an angel because you look like you fell from heaven or something like that, or hey baby, did you fall from heaven because you, oh no, that's what's, hey baby, did you fall from heaven because you look like an angel? And so you can say, hey baby, did you fall from heaven? Because that would explain what happened to your face. I think Weird Al even put that into a song one time. So yeah, I am a big fan of doing stuff that's sounds like a pickup line at first and then turns out to be an insult. I'm not good at dating, chat, in case you did not know that. And Quicketa says, well, anyway, to Logan, depending on how things go. Oh, that was pinned earlier. And then Cass with a games list. Oh, is that that was for the sample platter stream in January 2024. And we did, I think, all of those except for 2, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, including that game which shall not be named that Weedle keeps acting like we never played. We played that 3 times on stream, and only one of those 3 times was as a joke. Hey there, Takumi, I've come to extend a little invitation to you. Oh, what are you inviting me to exactly? Oh, we still haven't celebrated our last victory, so I thought we could get everyone together for a party. Gaku and I spent yesterday evening getting it ready. Oh, Eito convinced Gaku to do something nice for other people? Apparently, he's picked up a few tricks from all the jobs he's worked in the food industry. Huh? I never expected cooking to be Gaku's thing. I would have expected that. He has all the younger foster siblings he takes care of. He's probably quite the homemaker. Quite the drinker as well, based on all the empty bottles in his room. All right, I'm in. Are we doing it in the cafeteria like usual? Yeah, we do it in the cafeteria. Huh?
Hey Peppy Kicker, when will you play Fungus Not Eating Enough Joy Dip?
Joy dip, not eat. Thank you very much, Oak. For a split second, I actually thought, wow, it's been a while since Weedle's done a TTS. But thank you very much, Oak, for the 10 bits. I hope Weedle is doing well. I assume Weedle's probably got like homework or something, doing fancy computer coding, stuff like that. Let me have a sip of water. All right, well, all right, I'm in. Are we doing it in the cafeteria like usual? No, actually. We're gonna make it a barbecue outside in the schoolyard. I hope we don't get attacked during the barbecue. But I mean, it looked nice out there-ish. I mean, there's like was it a volleyball court or a tennis court or something? Cooking food out in the fresh air is something we never could have done in the Tokyo residential complex. Why not take this opportunity to enjoy it? Huh, you got a point. Feel free to drop by whenever you're ready. I'll go and let the others know. Pew! Ato left, pausing at the door to give me one of his timid smiles. His timid, traitorous smile. A barbecue, huh? That could be a word or 3 letters. Yeah, I guess that could be fun. All right, let's save, and then I guess we'll see if anybody is lingering in the halls, because they might have like fun dialogue about the barbecue. And then, let's go down and barbecue it up, y'all. All right, who's out and about? Oh, it looks like Tsubasa is here on the roof. Hey, Tsubasa. You know, lately I can't help wondering about what might be inside the defense room. Huh? We've been here for a while. Why is it only bothering you now? Once I get fixated on an idea, I find it really hard to let it go until I've seen it through. I even took one of the fire extinguishers up to the defense room door and tried to put out the undying flames with it yesterday. Oh, so this must be who was talking about before? Was it Queen Katie who said that the fire extinguishers don't work in the defense room? And that Tsubasa had apparently said that. I think we just hadn't seen that dialogue yet. Maybe we didn't talk to her enough, but now we're seeing it here. Or maybe we did, this is old dialogue and I just forgot it. Either way, this explains that. You did what? It didn't work though. Some new flames rose up to take their place right away. I never got any closer to opening the door, but I'm more curious than ever now. Even we can't get inside that room. That's some impressive security. Anything else to say, baby? I took one of the fire extinguishers up to the defense room door and tried to put out the undying flames yesterday. It didn't work though. Some new flames rose up to take their place right away. I never got any closer to opening the door, but I'm more curious than ever now. Okay. What floor next? 3rd floor. Nobody's on the 3rd floor. Nobody's on the 2nd floor. Nope. Oh, we gotta go to the gate. So yeah, let's just do that. I don't think there's anything else we really need to do. Let's just head outside. Hey, what happened? I will read some chat. Thank you very much. What happened? Sound alert. Castle says, sorry, I only speak in commands today. Crystal says, this was last year. Oh, dang. Quickita said, dang, I remember the sample platter. This was how I discovered Slay the Princess that 100%ed it. Should we do another one of those sometime soon? I mean, I feel like we're kind of doing a longer spread out version of it recently by doing like smaller games on Sundays. But I really enjoyed that sample platter stream when we did that. Dagger says, Logan, I'm so happy about you finally picking up Hollow Knight. I don't really like Me-Side, so I wasn't watching those streams. Sorry. It's okay. Like, not every game is for everybody. I don't want to force it. I would prefer to play games that you guys all enjoy, because I do this so I can hang out with all of y'all. But I'm excited for it. I don't know if I'm going to be any good at it. I hope I'm not going to just like rage quit an hour into stream, but we will see. Cyrus says, am I the only one lagging? Please let it be just me. Oh crap, are we lagging? Okay, I did a while ago apparently drop some frames, but only 0.4% of frames. So hopefully it was brief. See, Crystal, a sleep command. Oh, Crystal, are you testing a command or are you going to sleep? So, I'm not sleeping, just trying out commands. Okay. Good, I was worried that you left, Crystal. I was so happy that you're here. You're the only thing standing between the purge and my guts. Let me take a look over the YouTube chat. Derma says, I wouldn't worry about analytics. Just do what you want to do, and you'll find an audience. And that's true. I like to, I don't know. I'm the type of person, and maybe it's because that I do like so much improv. And it's one thing when you're doing a play, and it's like you have a script, you have memorized lines, you have choreography. Whether the audience likes it or not, you are doing the show that you rehearsed right through. But whenever I do improv shows, so much of the instinct that I've developed through that is feeling out the audience And it's like, oh, they like that. Okay, so I got to give them more of that type of thing. Or, oh, they didn't like that. Okay, so it'll be sort of stuff like this audience really likes verbal wit and humor. Or maybe it's like, oh, this audience hates that. They really want just like slapstick and high energy stuff. Or maybe it's like, no, this audience really likes absurd stuff and hates everything else. But that's just me. But I appreciate the kind words, Dermo, and the encouragement and advice, huh?
Stabs Logan.
Ah!
Chair. So
Oh.
still causing property damage, but not technically purge behavior.
Okay, well, and that's thank you very much. The problem was you stabbed the chair by stabbing through me, because I felt that. I felt that deep in my soul, and your knife went in the chair, but it missed my major organs. So, and I learned from anime that means you're fine. You can totally walk that off. I was just like for a while, go, okay, send me in. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Sveta says, come on, baby, come in. Yeah, Ato is baby, smiley face. Sveta says, I wasn't there during the first few streams. Why are you voicing Tsubasa like a valley girl? What's the lore? Nothing really. It's just I tend to give voice. I only have about maybe 20 voices total for people, especially limited on female voices. So I tend to go with just whatever vibe I initially get. I think it's just because she was tan. And that made me think of like someone who maybe, goes out and gets tanned. And I don't know, I always think of like pretty popular girls as being like really caught up in their appearance. And so it's like, Valley Girl accent. So yeah, no particular lore, just vibes. But I mean, if we want to come with lore, we're more than welcome to. But thank you very much, everybody, for the chat. We gotta keep going out here. We gotta head outside, entrance hall. We got a barbecue. That's a line of dolls, like literal dolls lined up. I gotta admit, I had my doubts, but this setup is pretty freaking sweet. I know, right? Cooking at school's already kind of a novelty, and now we get to do it under a real open sky, too. Well, I've been grilled at school plenty of times. It makes a change to be the one doing the grill. Seriously, grilling. It's where you take a tennis racket, and you put it on your belly, and you take a vacuum cleaner hose, and you suck through it. It's also called an awful waffle, and you put it away, and your flesh is all red and sore in a grill shape. I could show you. Sounds like you've had it rough. Hey, are we here to talk or eat? Come on, let's get started already.
Okay, I have to ask. Is the lake even that salty?
Oh, you're talking about the Great Salt Lake here in Salt Lake City? It is extremely salty and extremely stagnant and extremely briny. I feel like a lot of the time people imagine, Salt Lake City, the Great Salt Lake, and just imagine this pristine, wonderful, beautiful lake. Here's the thing, it's kind of like the Dead Sea in a way. It is a very salty, very stagnant lake. There's not a lot of flowing water, and so it's gross. It has a very high concentration of brine shrimp, which are colloquially known as sea monkeys. Have you ever seen sea monkeys' little tank? So there's just lots of wild sea monkeys, and let me put it this way. There is something that we locals here refer to as the lake smell, which is basically if you live close enough to the Great Salt Lake, such as in the city of Bountiful, which is more kind of north of Salt Lake, closer to the Great Salt Lake. If the wind happens to be blowing in an eastern direction over the lake toward your neighborhood, you get the lake smell outside, and it's just So yes, it is that salty. But thank you very much for the 10 bits and for the question. Anybody else got questions about my city, my lore? Let me know. Okay, help yourselves. We got plenty, so eat as much as you want. I hope we get a drawing. Oh, we do! Oh, it's cute.
A challenge. Hope you're ready for this stuff to get annihilated.
I like this because I do feel like one thing this game hasn't been doing as well as the Danganronpa games is give the sense that we are all becoming friends with each other. And I think it's because the hangouts that we have are so superficial. It's like you're doing a hangout, but because they got to be repeated ad nauseum, they're basically just 2 sentences. Is Darmi wanting to play an arrow gay with us or something like that? So, but look, little Shoma back there. Is Shoma in line or just not participating? I hope they eventually explain what actually happened with him in his fight, because he claims he didn't actually do any fighting and it's a mistake that he got here. But I think either he's hiding his true power or something crazy did happen. And either case, I want to know.
You think you can eat more than my brothers and sisters? This is nothing. I'll keep it coming till you're all satisfied.
So even Gaku's becoming friends with us.
This is fun. It's so different from any of the barbecue parties I've been to before.
Yeah, and Tsubasa likes good food, because then she has good vomit later when she inevitably pukes it up.
It was unnerving at first, the way the sky just goes on and on forever. But I think I'm starting to like it.
Aw.
Really? I still can't get used to it. But maybe that's just me.
This fish is so cold and refreshing.
Okay, maybe it's like sushi. I don't know. It looks like he's eating raw fish. I don't ever want meat I eat to be cold. I guess it's cold cuts, but that's like an actual. He's gonna get sick.
Hey, I haven't grilled that one yet. It's still frozen.
Okay, good. It wasn't just me. I was like, what is this meal? It's that Ima is just he's poor. He's probably, that's the first time he's seen a fish that actually has meat. He's probably like used to those cartoons where it's like an alley cat will go to the garbage can, lift up to eat dinner, and there's like a full fishbone skeleton.
Oh, that's all right. I'll have it as it is. I actually prefer my food nice and frosty.
Yeah, waiting for it to cook is boring anyway.
They're gonna die of food poisoning.
But that anticipation's half the fun of a barbecue.
I don't know what half this stuff is, but it sure is good. You know, I've heard that human meat tastes like chicken.
Okay, side note, I've heard that as well, but I also am so tired of the joke. I feel like when I was younger, that was a joke you'd hear all the time. Anytime somebody eats something weird, they go, tastes like chicken. Or the other one is, needs salt. And people would do that and always act like, I'm the really funny, clever one. It's like, no, dude, that is so old. Oh, we got a pin message here over on the Twitch side of things. This is written by Cypher, pinned by Crystal, says, my personal conspiracy is that Utah is a cover-up for the government to place aliens, and that Logan is an alien. His forehead looks really big, because there's supposed to be a third eye there. But he's using makeup to hide it. No! Crazy talk. Just play the game. Just don't think about that. Don't think about that.
This is chicken.
It's nice to see everyone having a good time.
Except Shoma. He's a little sad sack. He's not even as big enough to be a sack. He's just a sad baggie. He's a sad, what do they call it? A dime bag? Isn't that those little tiny bags? I think they're used for like drugs or something like that. Is this something that matters, Shoma? Why aren't you eating? Yes, it's something that matters that he's Shoma. Huh?
Have you ever accidentally blinked with the wrong eye on stream?
I mean, well, if I did, you wouldn't be able to tell because the makeup's covered. I mean, no. What's gotten into you guys? Again, crazy talk. But thank you for the 10 bits. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Thank you for the bits. I really appreciate just, getting those little bits of Earth money to use to go out and buy, like, human items and, stuff that humans like. Is what I like because I'm human. Is something the matter, Shoma? Why aren't you eating? It's nothing. Sorry I made you worry. I'm fine, really. Huh? Well, if you're sure, he's obviously lying, Protag. It seemed like he wanted to tell me something just now. Maybe he saw something. Maybe he's sussing Ato as well. Maybe my theory's right. Yeah, how do you like the party, Takumi? Hey, Ato. Yeah, I'm having fun. This was a great idea. Where'd you get the grill and all the utensils and stuff, though? I don't remember seeing these before. I made them with the Gift-O-Matic. Huh? What? All of it? That must have been a lot of work. Where'd you get all the materials? It may be, but it was worth it. Just look at how happy everyone is. Even Hiroko might have warmed up to us a little more if she could have experienced this before I killed her. I mean, before someone killed her. Oh, sorry, this is broadcasting on YouTube. Before someone unalived her. Yeah, the algorithm will never figure out that that's a synonym for kill. I think that's a moot point. She'd never have allowed us to do something this frivolous in the first place. We've all been so disorganized lately. I've missed getting the whole group together like this. You were really worried about us, huh? You know, Ato, I think you'd make a great leader. Why don't you give it a try? Oh, maybe that's why he's all power of friendship. Maybe Ato's trying to position himself to get elected leader, and this is falling into his plan. Honestly, I will be vague about this for those who would not play the Danganronpa games. But this would not be the first time that we meet someone in a game early on. We're like, this is a nice person. This person's our best buddy. This is our friend. And then we quickly find out this person's crazy. Oh no, I couldn't do that. Not when I have a record of selfishly running off and trying to do everything myself. You're making too much of that. Well, I'm still not very confident talking to people, let alone leading them. And my health isn't exactly reliable either. Putting someone like me in charge would be asking for trouble. I still think you're being too hard on yourself. But anyway, you did a great job setting all this up. You and Gaku, of course. And thank you. It was really Gaku who did most of the work. I just got the ball rolling. Well, I shouldn't monopolize your time. Feel free to go mingle. Mingle with the people. Mingle with them. He's right. We don't get together very much these days. I should make the most of it and see how everyone's doing. Oh, so sad. Oh, I wonder if someone's gonna mingle over to me and see what I'm feeling. Come to think of it, Shoma seemed like he had something on his mind earlier. Maybe I can get him to speak to me about it now. I'm gonna talk to everybody else first. We're gonna once again keep saving, because it's just this good practices. And start from the left and work our way right. Hey, Kako. I am not such a big fan of cooking outdoors. It reminds me too much of when we were homeless. Okay, to say the same thing if we click you twice. Okay, it's just short little things. What about you, Ema?
These frozen fries are delicious. So cold and crunchy.
What about you, Darami?
Everyone's so friendly and chill today. It makes me want to vomit.
What about you, Ato? I don't want to keep you from the udders. Feel free to talk to him. I don't want to keep you from the udders. Udders are where the milk comes from. It comes out the udders. Gaku!
We got plenty of food, so eat as much as you want. I'll keep grilling it till you're all satisfied.
I like that he's getting nicer.
Eat as much as we want, huh? Sounds like a challenge. Hope you're ready for this stuff to get annihilated.
Tsubasa. This is the first time I've ever been to a barbecue at school. I like it. It's kind of refreshing. You know, we had a tradition of, at my high school. At the end of each school year, our high school had a very, I'd say large, but like large compared to the population in general, population of Tongan and Samoan students. And so every year at the end of the school year, we'd have a big luau out on the south lawn, just outside the school. And a lot of the Tongan and Samoan students would get together and they'd grill a pig and have like traditional Pacific Islander dishes. One of the dishes was weird. There was literally a dish that was, I think it was like creamed spinach and Spam? And like, I didn't know Spam could be part of any traditional dish, but apparently it was. But oh my gosh, the meat that they would make, so good. So good. I always look forward to that every year. All right, talk to Shoma.
Huh?
Hey, Shoma, do you have a minute?
You want to talk to me? All right, but you should adjust your expectations. Everything from sophisticated conversation to lowbrow humor goes right over my head.
Well, you are short. Try and bounce it off the ground and go over your head.
I'm told it can get frustrating.
Never mind about that. It looked like you had something to say when I spoke to you before. What's bothering you?
To let the anticipation build, why don't you read a few comments in the chat?
Let's see. Crystal saying, because Castle made me curious about the commands, now laughing, said, was that lag like a millisecond? Because it was for me. Well, we haven't had any more since then, so if that's all it was, then I think we'll be fine tonight. Again, knock on wood. Daggers, there's Queen Katie with a pin message from earlier. Dagger said, yeah, something like that. I thought it was just my Wi-Fi, lol. Queen Katie said, yes, Logan, you have great taste. Best season. Okay, I'm glad you agree. I just very much enjoy. I feel like the first season did a really good job setting up everything, but the second season was just fun. I love the characters. Let's see, Castle doing some more commands. Quick said, technically the fourth season is a prequel that led to the show as a whole, but yeah, they should have done more. I mean, it did, but it also was one of those things where that it was like unnecessary to see. Like, if you had to prioritize giving an ending or giving backstory that like was good but not necessary, I would have wanted the ending. Again, that's just me though. It was their show, they could do whatever they wanted. Let's see. Our Weedle says, hey, puppy kicker Weedle, how are you? We here for when Oak was impersonating you. How are you, Weedle? Agnes said, my friend introduced me to Infinity Train a while ago. It was so good. I loved it. It was real good. Some more commands. Squeaky said, technically the fourth season. Oh, I already read that. Oh, I must have actually skipped over some stuff. Eglin says, my friend introduced me to Epithet Erased. Okay, I've heard of that and I've seen character designs that look interesting, but I've never seen it. Said Infinity Train, and I think one other thing that I am blanking on right now. Dagger said, fun VA fact for the Fate Grand Order players is that Ato was voiced by the same actor as Merlin. For the whole game, I just couldn't take him seriously. Lol. Is Merlin like a goofy character? Because I know that like one of the Fate State characters, I think it's like a blonde girl, that she's like King Arthur or something. Crystal says, Logan, what is this? When was this? When was what? When is and what was what? When is what was what? Oh, is it the towel command? Says, I'm watching this in a towel? I don't know. You'd probably have to ask Rukov. I bet that was a Rukov one because it has like all the emotes. I'm guessing somebody in the chat just got out of the shower and was watching the stream in a towel. Let me take a look over at YouTube chat again. Let's see. Oh, I gotta scroll up a little bit. Gotta scroll up. Sveta says, K, you making Shoma talk about tennis racket is funny because he looks like Ryoma with dot eyes. He kind of does. We're giving him a very different voice. Ryoma, we gave the what the Gumshoe voice in Ace Attorney started as. It's just kind of a more serious type of a Gumshoe voice down here. It was Ryoma, the ultimate tennis player. Let's see, Sveta says, Ato looks like a kitty basking in the sun in this CG. Says, poor Shoma. Derba says, you telling me Darmi's Aerogay hangouts don't perfectly convey friendship? They convey something. I feel like if someone wanted me to play adult games together as a group, I don't know if friendship is the right word that I would use for that. Sveta says, tastes like chicken, needs salt, and talk about eye candy. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah. All those things like, he's right behind me, isn't he? Like all those overdone lines. Sveta says, I like how the CG had 3 variations with different Gaku head turns. That's cool. I like that type of stuff too. It makes it seem less static. But anyway, okay, I'm behind in both chats, but let's play some more because we're almost an hour into stream and we're still only like a day advanced, but we got to see what's going on with Shoma. Huh? I hope it's that he saw something that's going to clue us into what happened to Hiruko. It's okay, you can tell me.
The truth is, I remember something. Well, I can't be sure. I think it has something to do with why we're here.
Okay, so maybe we were lied to about this whole situation? Huh?
Ooh, you know why we were brought here, Shoma? Hi, by the way, I was eavesdropping. And before you say anything, I couldn't help it. My hearing's just that good. It's my curse.
Okay, that's the second time she's mentioned good hearing. That's got to come into play at some point. Maybe if not in this playthrough, maybe in one of the alternate ones if we make different choices.
Hey guys, Shoma knows what we're really doing here.
Darami! I tried to shut her up, but the damage had been done. Within a few seconds, the rest of the group had gathered around us.
What? You actually know why we're here, Shoma? For real? Yeah, for realsies. He said so himself. He just unlocked a repressed memory or something.
You remembered something important, yeah? Let's hear it! There's no point in trying to hide it now, Shoma. Don't be afraid. Just tell us what you know.
All right. Sorry for making this difficult. Shoma took a deep breath and began mumbling an explanation. Before I came here, I was with my family. We were going to the store, getting some breakfast cereal, all good stuff, and like Lucky Charms. It used to be better than the marshmallow pieces. Good, something like the ones in the fruit. Marshmallows a bit more, but I take what I can get. And I was milk on the cereal. You can't really afford that. Some of those water and those awful. Last night, I had a dream. A dream? I know what you're thinking, but it wasn't a normal dream. It was more like a memory. Even after I woke up, I was sure of it. It was something that really happened. A dream that brought back an old memory. Oh, kind of like we had. That sounds a lot like the dreams I've been having about Karua. I hope Shoma's dream was about a girl then, also. I hope Shoma's dream was about Karua. I said before, I had a theory that maybe Karua was like cloned, and the whole reason why we had the flashback about the scar is that later on we're gonna like have two Karuas and we'll figure out which one's real by which one has a stomach clone. And so maybe each of us has a Karua, and Karua is like genetically engineered to be like the most desirable either friend or girlfriend or whatever, so that like we would all want to protect our Karua by coming here. What did this, I feel bad. When I go back and I watch the streams to pick out time codes to make TikTok clips, I see so many of my stupid guesses that are awful and are wrong. But I like to guess, so I hope you don't mind if I have stupid guesses that end up being just completely inaccurate. Back in the residential complex, I spent some time in the hospital. It's weird that I forgot about it until now. Anyway, it was a place called Kamukura General Hospital. Kamukura. That sounds familiar. Was that the name of, you know who from Danganronpa 2? Like the alternate name? I'm trying to be vague for those who haven't played it. Kamukura? It doesn't ring any bells.
I don't remember why I was checked in or how long I stayed, but I was definitely there.
Oh, pin message written by Queen Katie in all caps. As in my man, Kamukura. Am I right? Did I remember that correctly? With the long hair. You guys know what I'm talking about. I feel like I was just talking about, I had to look up the name of that character when we were talking about Danganronpa over in the Discord when they announced 2x2. And so I think so. It's got to be probably just an Easter egg though. But I'm going to read a couple more comments in the chat and have a sip of water. I'm thirsty. Quickity says, to Dagger, ooh, well, note this, I'm playing through Fate Stay Night, so one day I'll get to Grand Order, maybe. Crystal says to Cypher, you have AIDS, no, because Logan read so/J. Oh, now. Eglin said, if I need to be a little more specific, I can be. Well, now that I've answered, can you tell me what the question was for, Eglin? Let's see, Cass doing some more more commands. Cass said, lore accurate, Logan has a kid, and is a granddaughter. I'm a granddaughter? Eglin said, I can't help but laugh knowing what I've written down. Dagger says, please don't ... unless you hate yourself ... This gotcha is heck, really. Castle said, also noted. Queen Katie says, oh, Crystal says, oh, and Queen Katie says, no, Queen Katie had said also noted. Crystal says, oh, Queen Katie says, did that Streamlabs pop up because of the command? Or is it just on a timer? I think that one is just on a timer, I think. Cypher said, first thing I hear after using the bathroom is communism. Lovely. Dagger says, Fate Grand Order animes are great, by the way, so you can check them out. More commands. Quickita said, Logan, what have you done? You hurt my captions. It's full of white. Oh, from earlier. Oh, crap, that's where I am in chat. Eglin said I lost count. You're on your own. It was Crystal who did the light mode redeem. Let me take a look over the YouTube chat. Let's see. Oh, I got to scroll up a little bit to scroll down without me. Sveta says, oh wait, no, I read that, gotta scroll back down just a little. Derma says, Sveta, in the game's gallery, you can flip between them rapidly. It's great. Oh, cool. Sveta says, you make an Ato say unalive is funny because it fits his 80s children cartoon with a moral at the end and character vibe. I find those type of things like from old 80s cartoons legitimately charming. And it's funny too because they would span the whole gamut from sometimes be like, you know, it'd be like a G.I. Joe character saying, hey kids, don't fly your kites next to a power line. And then another time, it would be like Sonic the Hedgehog going, hey kids, don't let a stranger touch your private parts. It's like, wait, both of these, okay. I guess that's what we're talking. That is what we're talking about now. Kaya with a wave. How you doing, Kaya? Dermot said, talk about a head of lettuce. Blaze-a-Kid, how are you? Says evening. Logan, I can't stay long, but I just want to send my regards. Well, thank you for popping in and say hi. I'm happy to have you as long as you're able to be here, even if it's brief. I hope you're doing well, Blaze-a-Kin. And Dermot says, hi, Blaze-a-Kin. Oh, back row on Twitch, Queen Gator said, I will say though, I'm impressed it did not mishear any of those white squares. Cypher says, call it a mental institute with all that white. Queen Gator said, Logan, this needs to be a TikTok. Oak says, Unlurk, what the F is happening? Cypher says, trust me, I would know about mental institutes. I've been grinding metaphor for 5 hours now. Castle doing more commands. Crystal doing commands. Queen says, Oak, to Oak, hey Oak, check general chat for the captions I got during the moment. And Oak said, I'm not trying to trick TTS girl. It mostly happens as a mistake. Okay. Let's play a bit more of the game. I don't remember why. I think this is a voice, but I can't remember what it said. Don't remember why I was checked in or how long I stayed, but I was definitely there.
And while I was there, they put me in some kind of machine.
Okay, I'm guessing this machine like scanned us for the resurrection-o-matic or whatever it's called, the Revivitron. I don't know, that thing. And to create a duplicate of us. Or maybe we are all still in that hospital in those machines right now, and they scanned us, created a clone, and they have to like hold on to the original copy there in order to keep spitting out new ones from the Revive-O-Matic. Because I said before, the whole thing with like bringing the body back and reviving it, it could be that that's just like futuristic sci-fi stuff and they just don't want you to question it. But I feel like that's the type of thing they would have a twist with, that it turns out it's not actually doing what we think it's doing, you know?
A machine?
Yeah, kind of like a pod or a cylinder. I don't like cylinders. Sometimes I get cylinders stuck inside my M&M's mini tube, and I ask the internet how to get a cylinder out of my M&M mini tube, and they assume I was doing something else. Just big enough to fit a person inside, or a person's cylinder. I mean, you have cylinders. Well, the boys have cylinders for the M&M mini tubes.
I don't see where this is going. I prefer Skittles myself anyway. Taste the rainbow.
The thing is, there are machines just like that one right here in this school.
It's the Revive-O-Matic pods, right? I think, yeah. Whatever they're called. Yeah, I think it's Revive-O-Matic. What?
There's a room here with the lights don't turn on, right?
Is there? I haven't actually explored all the rooms that haven't been important yet.
The machine.
Oh, it's just this one.
Memory was just like the ones in there.
Okay, so it is the revival pods.
You mean the broken ones we couldn't get working?
Did we do this? Was I supposed to go in a room or did I just forget about this? I think I was probably supposed to go in there and I never did.
Yes, those ones. Why was your line voiced and mine didn't? That's what they put me inside at Kamakura.
Huh? You were in a weird machine like that? And you're sure it was back at the complex, not here?
What did it do to you? What are those things even for? I don't really know. That's where my memory cut out.
Really? That's it? You don't even remember why they put you in it?
I don't. No, don't. I don't. Sorry, no.
So I'm guessing you don't know what the ones we have here do either.
I'm sorry, I've tried, but I can't remember any more details.
I think I was supposed to explore the school more than I did. Crazy! Raid with a party of 3, welcome, Crazy! Is Crystal still here to do a quick shout out for Crazy? And then I'll read some more chat. If Crystal stepped away, I will do the shout out myself. But Crazy, how was your stream? What were you streaming? Was it Mario stuff to keep with your theme? Oh, there we go. Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Okay, I'll have a sip of water while we take a look at this this shout out clip.
No. I refuse.
Oh, is that some Mario Party? I couldn't tell what game that was. But thank you very much, Crazy. Let me. Oh, we got a pin message. I'll take a look at that in a second. But for anyone who came in with the raid, first of all, let me give you the quick rundown of the channel. Hi, my name is Logan. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Right now, the main two games that we're alternating back and forth between are the 100-line Last Defense Academy and Persona 5 Strikers. However, we're also playing some like miscellaneous games on Sunday nights. This Sunday, we're going to test out Hollow Knight. I've never played it. I'm going in blind. Everyone says it's great. It's great. I'm going to find out what it's like. Then the other Sundays through this month, the plan is we're going to do some shorter spooky games for the Halloween season. So yeah. Also, I need to remember to do this more often. Let me post our link tree down at the bottom of the Twitch chat for those raiders coming in. That includes all of our social media. Feel free to check it out if you feel so inclined. But welcome. In fact, let me scroll to the bottom briefly and see if we got any people from the raid. Crazy is saying Sonic Racing is very fun. That was Mario Party. Chris says, I think Crazy refused. Crazy said, I've been playing this and 3 houses for the first time. And then Quiga says, 1 more hour till Digimon Time Stranger. When that happens, are you gonna have to leave, Queen Katie? I assume you're gonna have to leave. I'd love for you to stay, but I understand if you'll have to leave. Over on YouTube, Dermo was saying, nothing will beat Mario saying, and you'll go to the heck before you die. Wait, when did he say that? Said, I love that it's before. Oh, before you die makes it much more sinister. Oh! So it's not even when you die. It's, oh, you're right. That's got to be like a weird translation type of a thing. Okay, let me take a look at this pin message over on the Twitch side. Queen Katie says in this pin message, please pin, the hospital in the CG has the same spelling as Danganronpa's Kamukura, as there's some kanji there. It means a place in which a god resides, or a seat for gods. Okay, so I'm going to assume for right now that's just another Danganronpa Easter egg, kind of like the one time Sirei was like, I can't remember what he was doing, but he was like exploding some little stuff, and there was a little Monokuma head. And also just the same ding dong bing bong, and then the room looks like the room that you live in Danganronpa V3. But I like that. So thank you very much for the heads up and for the bit of trivia about that. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat before we get back in the game. Let's see. Oak said, I read that. Cypher says, by the way, if anyone here thought about watching My Hero Academia, the final season begins airing on the 4th/Saturday. And as a manga reader, I can assure you, it won't be a waste of time. I need to get caught up on that. I love My Hero Academia. I was watching the last season of it, but the main problem I had with the last season, and this is just me, is that it was getting to have too many different things going on at the same time. And it would do a thing where it's like, now we're going to spend like 3 or 4 episodes in a row showing this random hero from Class 1A that we really haven't fleshed out very much because we want to flesh it out. And it's like, okay, that's great, but I kind of don't care what's happening there. I want to know what's happening over, like, with the main storyline. With Midoriya and Shigaraki and all that. Like, can we okay, no, we're spending 3 episodes here. Okay, and it was just kind of hard to get through because of that. But I need to go back and finish that. Cypher says, also, I fear I won't make it to Tuesday stream. So do you think maybe we can sing me happy birthday either now or in tomorrow's stream? Are you still here now? I don't know if you are still here now because I don't know how far behind I am in chat. I think a good thing would probably be, the better thing will probably be if you remind me next time. Like as soon as you come in, like at the beginning of the stream, we'll do that for you next time. And yeah, let's stick with that. Let me read a couple more quick comments. I've said I have 37 trophies of 44 so far. Crystal says, oh gosh, Frules, oh, hang on! Frulzy has posted a clip in the chat. Okay, for anyone who's lurking or who does not know the deal, anytime someone posts a clip into our chat, we load it up into our clip viewers so we can all watch together. Now, Frulzy sometimes will post on behalf of Dermo. Oh, hang on, pause. There we go. Dermo over on YouTube. So I don't know which one of you clipped this, but let's check this out. And based on the audio that was piping through, I can tell what it is. But yes, data. Never let it be said I don't commit to a bit. Oh, crap. Data. I love how you just hear the data from coup d'etat. There we go. Thank you very much. And it only got more frustrating. For those who are lurking and don't know the context, watch the VOD. It was not pleasant. But thank you very much, Frozy! Let's see. And Crystal says, "You right, Logan. It sounds so wrong." And then Oak says, also, I got a guitar amp. Nice. And Oak says, it's a 2x12 Fender Princeton Chorus. Hey, what happened? I am in the chat. Or you probably tell me I need to get back to the game. I will get it back to the game. Thank you very much, Nora. Oh, Nora! Hey, Nora, how was your dodgeball thing? I saw that right as I was going live, and I don't know how it went, but I hope it went well. But Oak is saying, it's huge. And it's very cool. I don't know much about guitars, but I hope it's cool and I hope you're enjoying it. Thank you again, Crazy, for the raid. If anyone who came with the raid, if you need to take off, totally understandable. I'd love to have you stick around. Love making new friends. I read every comment in chat. As you can tell, I'm very far behind right now. I would assume I'm probably at least a good 20 or 30 minutes behind, but I will read not anything, but everything. There's a difference. I won't read anything. If you say something obscene, I'll censor it, but I will read every comment in the chat.
Wow, what an intriguing mystery. Are you sure it wasn't just a really vivid dream, though? Dreams are weird like that. They can feel real, but in the end, they're just random information and your brain tries to spin into something more coherent.
Okay, that also sounds like something that somebody who knows what's going on would say to try and convince. Because even though I did change my theory that I think Ato might be the traitor, I'm still sussing something about Ima.
Isn't it more likely that your subconscious brought out the memory of the machines you've seen here? How can you say for sure this hospital trip was a real memory? Would you really forget about something that important?
Actually, honestly, that is fair. I mean, I would have assumed, if it was me, I would have assumed that, my brain was thinking about those pods and worked it into a dream.
You're right. I'm sorry. It was probably just a dream.
The heck, after all that? What about this Kamukura General Hospital?
Probably just some random words I mistook for the name of a real place.
Wait, Shoma, are you sure you want to write it off like that?
Yes, it's fine. I'm always getting things wrong. Why should this be any different?
I mean, you'd think some of us would have heard of a hospital too if it was real, but it didn't sound familiar to me.
Everyone, I'd like to offer my sincere apologies for getting your hopes up. It's bad enough I ruined the mood by bringing up a heavy subject like this, but then I couldn't even tell you anything useful. I'm gonna go hide under a rock like the bottom feeder I am. Please try to forget about that any of this ever happened.
Shoma finished his overly formal apology and retreated to the inside of the school. None of us tried to stop him for some reason. Yeah, he just, okay. We could have easily. He's the size of a football. I could have picked him up and tossed him to somebody else. It's Shoma. So, what was that all about?
Just a misunderstanding, sister dearest. No need to give his silly dreams a second thought.
A silly dream? Is that really all it was? I'm not so sure.
Now that that's settled, let's get back to the party! Who's ready for a taste of my world-famous Maruko marinade?
Ooh, now you're talking! Give me a triple, bossy deluxe animal style! Hey, it's like In-N-Out.
My jaw's getting tired from eating so much solid food. I think I'll just make some marshmallow skewers.
Come on, Takumi, let's go! Yeah, okay. Oh, I'll enjoy time with my friends. The barbecue lasted the rest of the day, and long past sundown. By the end of it, we were so stuffed we could barely move. Eventually, we had to admit defeat and call it a night. Yay! We're advancing another day! I'm so full! I'll never even look at a burger again. Back in my room, I lay on my bed, feeling better than I had in a long time. Had I overindulged? Maybe. Would happy days like these become a distant memory the next time the invaders attacked? Definitely. But for now, I just wanted to enjoy it. Huh? Just then, something weird began to happen to me. Why do I feel so sleepy? Oh, somebody drugged our food! Why do I feel so sleepy? Even considering the later hour, this wasn't normal. It was like someone had yanked out my power cord and left me suddenly devoid of energy. I wasn't just tired, I was practically paralyzed. Is it because I ate too much? But I don't think... Great, who are we going to wake up next to in the morning now?
Hey.
Ah!
What's that you're reading?
Another memory with Karua. Okay, I gotta read some more in the chat though. Let's see. Crystal says, nice. Quickita said, imagine if we had 99 Sirei theaters. Crystal said, Sirei. Dagger said, zip right to day 90. Sweet summer Logan. Quick Katie says, yes, that is a kabuki thing. I know, cause Yusuke's persona, lol. Cats with an emote. Cyber says, I gotta testify. So I gotta testify, come up in the spot. Wait, what? I gotta testify. Oh, are these song lyrics? Gotta testify, come up in the spot, looking extra fly. For the day I die, I'm gonna touch the sky. Gotta testify, come up in the spot, looking extra fly. For the day I die, I'm gonna touch the sky. Oak says, also, my dad and I are halfway through Dexter season 5. And I have to say, very underrated season so far. Which is the season that John Lithgow joins the cast? Because I hear that he's great in it. Cyrus says, I effing love that song. Timestamp, 27 minutes. I am 53 minutes behind, chat. This is not ideal. Oak said, that's the only Kanye West song I like. Cyrus says, okay, that was a lie. I have very much been here past 5 minutes. Oak says, him being...
John Lithgow was season 4.
Okay.
Same season, so peak.
All right, so that's what I need to go back and that's what I need to go back and watch that, because I watched the first season. I told you that I had a hard time with it because it's so different than the book, even though the first season was based on the book. But I stopped after that, so I just got to watch 2 seasons and then I get to the Lithgow. Thank you, Oak, for the information. Oak, speaking of Kanye, says, him being a Nazi ruined all his other music, but Touch the Sky is admittedly a great song. Crystal says, yeah, Rukov was the mod of the time because we have our own command. Castle said, lift yourself. Quickita said, captions, I hope it's a goo-goo girl. Cyber says, touch the sky, and I wonder, my beloved. Dagger said, Logan, my friend recently messaged me, quote, hey, I got your favorite funny streamer in my For You page with your AA clip link. Oh, which clip was it, Dagger?
You'll catch up eventually, and I do hope you are well, and I am too.
Starry, thank you for the 15 bits. That's an extra nickel more than is required. Thank you. How are you doing, Starry? Good to see you. Welcome. I hope your day is going well. And yes, I will. I am just very far behind. We have slow mode turned on, but I am behind. However, I have noticed these 100-line streams do tend to be overall sleepier. So I'm sure like the second half of the stream, a lot of people will be like, okay, I've seen some of those. I can go to bed. And I'll probably catch up then. I am fully confident. But thank you very much, Starry, again for the 15 bits and for being here and for being nice. I appreciate that. But yeah, Dagger, that's awesome. But hang on, Dagger, am I actually your favorite funny streamer? Am I your favorite? Quiggy says, hey Logan, trans Cairo is possible. I'm sticking with that theory still. My new theory doesn't contradict that. Oak said, to be honest, the only thing I like about Wonder is the sample, and I just listened to my song by Labi Sifre instead. Cyber said, I'd let her into my home at any time. My childhood crush was Toga Himiko, after all. The idea that someone can have Toga Himiko as a childhood crush makes me feel old. It's also, okay, I have a thought. It is weird having a fictional character as like a childhood crush because like, I remember when I was,
I will hold your hand when I tell you this, but you're the only streamer I watch.
Oh, okay, well, that's so sweet. So that means I'm your favorite by default. I will take any compliment as long as it's by default. Thank you very much, Dagger, for the 10 bits and for being here. It's always awesome seeing you. You're great, Dagger. And also, just as a reminder, for those who didn't see it a while back, Dagger had posted some art on the Discord and is a phenomenally talented artist. Thank you for the 10 bits, Dagger. But yeah, because here's what I'm saying. Like when I was crap, I can't remember exactly. It was probably like junior high school-ish. I went through a very big Final Fantasy phase, okay? Like really, really big into Final Fantasy. And I developed at that time a crush on Yuffie from Final Fantasy VII, which for like a kid in high school, it's like, that is perfectly age appropriate. All right, da-da-da-da-da. But now I'm an adult man. And she is still a fictional character of that age. But like, anytime you see her, you still have that pang of like, oh, that's someone I had a crush on. It's like, but wait, but she didn't. Because like, if you're a kid and you have a crush on a kid, you both grow up, then you're both adults. And it takes care, but it's like, it's weird. It's weird. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Dagger. Let me take a look over on YouTube again. I gotta scroll up a little bit. Dermot said, I'll post it in Discord under memes. I love quoting it. Sveta says, oh man, you skipped my speculations. Oh, maybe it didn't show up because some people have said before, and I don't know how to turn this off, that like their messages haven't gone through on YouTube, and I'm assuming if it's like they're too long or something, maybe they get filtered. Because I've been very careful and I haven't missed it. So what was the speculation? Is there any way, maybe if you like break it up into shorter messages, if you go back up, like if it's still in the chat, you can highlight it, copy it, and like break it up. I'm sorry, Sveta, but I'm sure they're great speculations. I'm sorry. Derma says it's only about 30 seconds, but it's gold. A Princeton chorus. That's a very good amp. Sick. There you go. Derma approves. Oak. Derma said, you've got a new viewer. My catty's staring at the screen. I love it when people have posted, because I know Vera has done this a couple times. A few other people have done it where people have taken pictures or little videos of their cats watching streams. I was checking, I've got like 4 or 5 photos and videos of that. It makes me so happy. Sveta says, my childhood crush was Reginald Bushroot. Okay, Sveta, thank you. Bushroot was my favorite character on Darkwing Duck, and I feel like nobody loves Bushroot. Everybody loves like Megavolt or Negaduck or Quacker Jack. I have a Bushroot action figure. Yes, Sveta, high five. From Darkwing Duck. No, I wasn't born in the 80s, just had the Darkwing Duck on DVD. Yes. I love classic cartoons. Was Darkwing Duck from the 80s for some reason? I want to say I thought it was like 90s, but I got to look up when that actually came out. But yes, I am a connoisseur of older cartoons, and that is where, in fact, Oak, are you still here? I think you'll like Bushroot because the only reference I had when that I've ever really had to Twin Peaks is that Darkwing Duck had a parody of Twin Peaks because they're ducks. It's named Twin Beaks. Starring Bushroot as a character. It was a Bushroot episode. So that's all I know about Twin Peaks is the Twin Beaks episode of Darkwing Duck. I saw some little hearts over on YouTube. That makes me so happy. There's someone else who likes Bushroot. Anybody else here? I feel like Wendy has watched Darkwing Duck, but I don't know if anybody else really watches it. Oh, there's some more hearts. Sveta says, Shoma talking about a hospital makes Ato remembers something. And more hearts, whoever's doing that. Thank you. Frozzy says, sounds weird, but I was my own crush. A little bit of self-love. Why not? Quickett says, Logan, do you have your YouTube chat set to top chat? Because that's the default and does not show every message on chat. Live chat shows it all? Oh crap, it is. Okay, thank you. I did not know that. I'm switching it now. Thank you, Queen Katie. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll up and see if I can find it. So maybe that's what filters it. I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, I am scrolling up and I'm not seeing. Crap. Okay, so that explains that. So will it remember that setting, or am I gonna have to change that manually every single time? Oh my gosh. Holy crap, I am so mad at YouTube now. Thank you, Queen Katie. Sveta says, wow, cool. Crystal says, yeah, go to chat filter and pick all messages. Well, I have now. And it just refreshed. And Derma said, what weirder is when a character reappears multiple times at wildly different ages? Have to specify. Crystal says, the music in the background. My V3 girl. Oh, cause is this Claire de Lune? Was that what it was? Aww. Danganronpa V3. Quiga says, yeah, it's dumb the top chat is the default. I've been streaming on YouTube now for how long? Since like almost a year. I think it's been like 9-10 months, something like that. And this is the first time I realized that, so thank you, Queen Katie. Okay, I am still so far behind in chat, especially on the Twitch chat, but we gotta see more what's going on here. I wonder if this is like the same recording of Claire de Lune from like that scene where you go into the music room and there's the piano and you hear it playing. I wouldn't doubt they probably just recycled it, but that's nice. I didn't even realize that. I assume that's the song. I think it was Claire de Lune, right? Hey, what's that you're reading? Oh, hang on, I gotta click into the game, sorry.
Some old book I found in the library. It's got stuff about the world outside the complex in it.
The world outside? What's the point in reading about that?
Okay, now I'm glad that we read that social studies book because now we have some context that as far as they're aware, there is no outside world.
There doesn't have to be a point to everything. I just think it's neat.
So she's probably reading about what the world used to be like outside. And again, we don't know for sure. I bet there probably is a world. That's going to be part of the twist. This is going to be the opposite of one of those twists where it's like the world was really destroyed all along. This is going to be the world was fine all along. What was with you guys? You were just part of a weird like reality TV show social experiment inside there.
Hey, Taki, did you know they have these things called seasons out there?
Yeah, and winter sucks.
I told you not to call me that at school. It's embarrassing.
Oh, it's cute. The girl is calling you by like a fun little pet name. If I like had a cute girl that called me like a cute pet name, I'd be very happy about that.
It gets colder or warmer or darker or lighter depending on the time of year, and it all goes around in a cycle.
So it keeps changing? I mean, that sounds like it'd be really annoying.
Sometimes is, Takumi.
They've got rain too, water that falls right out of the sky, and sometimes it freezes and turns into something called sleet.
Or also hail, yeah.
Other times, the wind and the rain get really strong. They call that a storm. In some parts of the world, storms get so bad, they can even blow buildings over.
I feel like that obviously right outside of the dome of the Tokyo residential complex, there would still be weather out there, obviously. There's got to be like people whose jobs are to exit the dome and perform like maintenance and repairs on the outside of it, right?
I can't even imagine that. The outside world sounds dangerous. It's a good thing we don't have to worry about all that stuff. Here in the complex, everything's nice and safe. And nothing ever changes.
And nothing bad will ever happen.
You're so boring, Taki. Don't you ever get tired of knowing what's gonna happen all the time? Where's your sense of adventure?
You know, you're the only one in our whole class who thinks like that.
So what? I'm free to like what I like, aren't I? And I think the outside world sounds really cool.
You're so weird.
That was a sweet little cutscene. That's got to have like some hint about her character, right? Like these are got to be. There's got to be some twist with Karuha later on. Yeah, I think. Day 24. Ding dong, bing bong. All right, what's Sirei gonna look like this time? Oh, just back to normal. All right, same dialogue.
Prepare to spend another day. Be ready to give your lives.
Actually, hang on a second. I want to see some. Sound like when he said get ready.
Get ready for your 24th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy.
He's like a beef long at TTS where you never know how long any given word or sentence is gonna be.
School from the vile and barbaric.
Bye. All right, day 24. Okay, well, the good news is we didn't wake up next to anybody ugly. The morning announcement eased me awake, but it took longer than usual for me to start moving around and thinking straight. Okay. Now, since we all had the barbecue, somebody obviously drugged us, right? However, 2 people were in charge of the barbecue. Those 2 people were Eito and Gaku. Now, Eito claims that Gaku was doing all the cooking and everything himself, but still the 2 of them would have had ample opportunity to drug all of us.
Hey,
I heard what happened. I will check the chat in a second unless is there like a bot in the chat. Oh, please pin Logan the day it was before the dream was day 22. Oh, and hey, I was just about to say, like after I'm done talking about this, one thing I was going to mention was that we don't know how long we were asleep. We might have slept for longer than that. So, but it actually kept track. Okay, so we'll go back to this. So thank you very much for the pin message. I'll finish the thought I was having. So I'm just saying, if Eito is a traitor and wanted to drug us, Eito was the one who helped set up the barbecue. And so that would track with that new theory, right? And what I was going to say before is we don't know how long we were actually asleep because the problem is that since we're all in this little contained area, we theoretically could have like been knocked out for 5 days if someone came in and like gave us an IV drip. We'd probably notice that, but it could have been any period of time. And if the clocks were all altered, we wouldn't know it. So it sounds like we skipped a day and we're just, it's because Sirei said 24th day on the morning announcement. That's how we know. Okay, but that means, good news, everybody, we don't have to do all 100 days. We only have to do 99 days because that day just skipped. Thank you for catching that then. But yes, okay. The morning announcement eased me awake, but it took longer than usual for me to start moving around and thinking straight. Once I did, though, I realized something was wrong and scrambled out of bed. Wait, did I hear that right? Our 24th day? No, that's wrong. Today's day 23, isn't it? There must be some mistake. The morning announcement had never been wrong before. What did this mean? All right, let's save before we continue on here. Yeah, I can see, you're right. See, that's day 22, day 24. Let's head outside, see if we can talk to people. And I'll read some more of that. It's raining. Oh, because we were just talking about precipitation. This is Takami's first experience with rain. He's like an indoor cat that's never been outside. He should run inside and hide. But I'm going to read some more in the chat, though. Oak says, I know I'm only 1 year older than you, but this is how I know you're a baby, because Himiko Toga was part of your childhood. See, exactly. Dagger said, one thing I love about 100 Line Academy and Ronpuz is that you can never guess the twist 100%. I'm trying to think if I ever came close on any of them. I don't think so. I think in Danganronpa V3, my big guess was that it was like the afterlife, that they were all really dead already and they didn't know it. I don't think that was even a big guess, but I did have that guess at one point. I feel like I clued in on the twist with Danganronpa 2 in general terms, like, earlier than I would have been embarrassed to have figured it out, but still not super early. But yeah, you're right. Dagger says, real Darumi is the GOAT of this game. Well, she's, like, fantastic out in fights. She's, like, yeah, she's killing it. Cypher says, I read My Hero Academia when the first chapter came out in 2014. That was around when she came out in the manga. Okay, so I guess if you're doing the manga before the anime, maybe. He said, I consider the manga my childhood, but not the anime. Oak said, wait, if you're 16, then you were like 5 in 2014. There you go. So childhood, yeah. You can have like a crush when you're that little. Quiggin says, add quote, there could still be boobs underneath that jacket. It's true. Dagger said, Eito is secretly a girl just for the love of the game. You know what? Even if it's never revealed as a twist, can we still headcanon that? Cypher says, that would be correct. Oak says, when were you allowed to read My Hero Academia? When you were 5? Crystal adds the quote. Cypher says, cousins introduced me to it. No, but I love that song. Unironically, Oak said, I was afraid of Mary Poppins. I was afraid of Mary Poppins when I was 5. Crystal says, I mean, Eito's jacket looks baggy/loose, so maybe there's boobs in there. They might not even be Eito's boobs. There might just be like, just loose boobs. Just sitting in a pocket. There could be pocket boobs. You open it up, reach in the pocket, there's a boob. You put it right back in. You don't know. Cypher says, I don't think I can say that word. I'm going to say that you're saying wimpy. Eglin said, I'm doing 3 different Inktober prompts. Broken heart, but are you enjoying it though? Oak says, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was a horror movie to a 5-year-old me. Oak says to Cypher, bro, I was 5. Cypher said, I mean, Naruto exists. Doesn't change you being a wimp. Dagger says, my mom once showed me one of the Alien movies when I was 6 or 7, and then I never watched horror movies until I was 18 or 19. I feel like I saw a fair number of horror movies when I was little. But, I'm trying to think if any of them really scarred me, though. Or, like, there were 1 or 2, I think, that scared me. But I turned out fine, I think. Castle says, lonely mention! Oh, did someone mention loneliness? Back over on YouTube. Dermo says, I can no longer hear Claire de Lune without immediately thinking of these games. Also, it's definitely the same recording. Granted, it's probably a famous recording. Oh, now I kind of wonder if it is, like, a famous recording or not. And that's cool, though. I like that they have those little hints, the flavoring, the seasonings of the older games. For those who have played a lot of like the Notary games, 999 Zero Escape, AI the Somnium Files, because I played a little bit. I've done 1 playthrough of both Zero Escape and AI the Somnium Files. Are they sneaking in a lot of like subtle hints to those games as well that I'm just not catching? And Dermo says, have to head, enjoy, bye chat, bye Dermo, thank you so much for being here, for hanging out. Always a blast having you. Have a good rest of your night. Good night, Dermo. Let's see, and I'll read 2 or 3 more comments over on Twitch. We'll get back to the game. Oak said, I watched My Hero Academia when I was like 9 or 10, I think. Cyber said, look up terraformer bugs for me. They're giant bugs that wear gold chains and drip and rip people apart and eat them. I feel like I've heard of that before. Dagger says to Cypher, what the heck is that? Oh my gosh! And Cypher says, hood thug aliens. Queen says, quote, our leader might be dead. Let's have some barbecue. Exactly. And Dagger says to Cypher, they look terrifying for some reason. I'm going to guess the reason is that they're scary. Whoa! I opened the door and froze in place, unsure for a moment what I was seeing. Drops of water were falling from above. Not just in one spot either. The sky was full of them. The drops themselves were tiny, but there were so many that the ground was soaking wet, giving it an uncanny sheen. Oh boy. If my computer had ray tracing, I'd be able to see my reflection. This must be that rain stuff Karu had told me about that time. I don't see what's so great about it. Now I can't go outdoors without getting wet and cold. I'd better make a break for it and get inside quick. I want to splash in puddles. Let's splash in puddles. Splish splash. Splish splash, taking a bath outside. Okay, looks like Shoma's the only one up here. So let's go talk to Shoma. Hey, Shoma, are you seeing this rain? It's crazy, and hi! Shoma! What are you doing out here? You're gonna catch a cold in this.
Oh, Takumi. I'm glad you're okay.
Of course I'm okay. Why wouldn't I be?
I've seen some of the others today, but none of you came out of your rooms all day yesterday.
Oh! So he wasn't drugged because he was the only one that didn't eat. So maybe he saw a clue of what happened on the lost 23rd day. None of us? And not for the whole day? Including Ato? Because again, I'm sussing Ato, but Ato probably would have come out. Maybe Shoma's a traitor? No, because then he wouldn't tell us this. He'd pretend like he was drugged too.
Yes, I went to the cafeteria in the morning, but no one else was there. I thought you'd probably made plans without me, so I went back to my room for a while. I stayed there until I got hungry, but the school seemed quieter than usual. I didn't see anyone for the rest of the day. I was worried something was wrong, but since I'm so useless, I couldn't really do anything about it.
Wait, so that 24th day part of the morning announcement wasn't a mistake? And this is good that he is letting us know that that one day really did pass. That was it. Hey, you guys! Hey, you guys! We got trouble! Big trouble! With a capital T that rhymes with P that stands for pool. Stands for pool. Yeah, I just heard about it myself. We slept through the entire day yesterday. It's worse than that. We got a real crap show on our hands. Huh? I'll explain later. Just meet me in the cafeteria. I gotta go tell the others. Okay, I'll see you there. Takemaru tore away from the dorm room, scattering rainwater on every side. I did as he asked and made my way to the cafeteria. Okay. Did invaders make it in, or do we have new mystery characters? Do we... Because Queen Katie said we might meet new characters tonight. What could have happened? What's the big problem? Oh, it looks like there's a fire coming out of the fridge. Oh, maybe it broke. Maybe we're out of food now. Maybe all of our food is spoiled. Let's click everything and talk to everybody else first. Ration-o-matic. Wait, more importantly, ... What if I look at the monitor? Wait, more importantly, what if I look at the gumball machine? Wait, more importantly, what if I look out the window? Wait, more importantly, what if I talk to people? I'm gonna start left to right. I'm gonna talk to you, Gaku. Wait, more importantly, what if I talk to Shoma? Wait, more importantly, what if I talk to Ima? Wait, more importantly, what if I talk to Kako? Wait, more importantly, what if I talk to Tsubasa? Wait, more importantly, what if I talk to Takemaru? Wait, more importantly, what if I talk to Darumi? Wait, more importantly, what if I talk to Ato? Wait, more importantly... I guess I got more important things to do. Giant refrigerator! Wait! That's more importantly! I can smell burning! And why is the refrigerator covered in ash? No way, I don't believe this! I checked that the coals had gone out before I put the grill away. There's no way they could have caught fire again. Again? I did an arson when nobody was looking a couple of days ago. Or unless he means caught fire again, like you had them on fire for the barbecue and then they caught fire again. That's probably what he means. Looks like you didn't check thoroughly enough. I'm saying that very suspiciously. Fire safety is top priority for all kitchen staff. They drilled that into me every place I've worked, even the dive bars. Hey, how bad is the damage? How much did we lose? It's not good news. We lost everything. Every last bit of food we had stored away has been burned to a crisp. Everything? Thanks to the sprinklers, the fire didn't spread, but it started inside the refrigerator. There's no saving any of it. So then... Oh, we have to make it through the next 76 days without food. Quite the inconvenience. An inconvenience? We're all gonna starve to death. I mean, unless we eat each other. How long can you survive off of one person, huh?
Food is spoiled, and whose fault is this, Ito?
See? Again, I'm blaming Ato. I'm totally blaming Ato for this. I'm glad I came up with this Ato as a traitor theory right before today's stream, because I'm seeing a lot of stuff that's backing me up on this. So thank you very much, Dagger. I appreciate that. And the 10 bits as well. But we're immortal here, remember? Death holds no dominion over us. Okay, but question then. In a situation like this where you are resurrected right after you die, but you're resurrected in the same state you were right before you died, what would happen? You would just like starve dead, like, dead, revive, still starving, dead, revive, still. You would have 76 days straight of just dying over and over and over. I assume that, for one thing, that'd be a nightmare. And for another thing, I assume the Revival-matic would have a limit to the number of times it could do it. It would get burned out. We could just keep starving and getting brought back over and over. No food required. That's a fate worse than death. More importantly, how did this fire start? Inside the refrigerator of all places? We haven't figured that out yet. Seems like it happened yesterday while we were all asleep. That's strange in itself, though, isn't it? How could we all sleep through the whole day?
Not everyone. Shoma, you were awake yesterday. I'm gonna suspect you. Yes, I was, but I didn't notice any smoke or fire. That's not what I mean. I'm saying you're the one who did this. Huh?
Shoma wouldn't do that. What would be the point of it?
Yeah, he'd be screwing himself over just as much as the rest of us. Okay, I may not know his motive yet, but you can't deny he had the opportunity. He's the only one who could have done it.
Unless one of us was lying about sleeping. Is there some way to verify? We could like check whose bed is the least warm?
Gaku's right. I can't help but attract disdain and suspicion wherever I go. So it's only natural you'd accuse me. I don't mind if you want to consider me the culprit. I'll accept any kind of punishment you want to give me. This is not because of my own self-loathing. I'm into punishment. Oh, punish me. Punish me hard.
You can't just take the rap when you didn't do it. We won't solve anything that way.
Maybe we should consider why Mr. Ginzaki was the only one awake yesterday.
Okay. It's because we all ate the food.
He was the only one who didn't eat anything at the barbecue. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Huh?
It could have been the food or the drink, but if someone spiked it with some kind of sedative, that would account for why we all slept so long and Shoma didn't.
Where would any of us even get sedatives? It's not like we got a gift-o-matic that can create anything you want.
Thinking is hard. Oh, somebody stop me, please. Who knows?
Do you really think somebody put something in our food?
Maybe.
Hey, Gaku, fess up! You're the one who prepared the food. You add some kind of secret ingredient to that special marinade of yours.
Hey, I wouldn't do that. What would be the point of it? You can't just accuse someone without supplying a motive.
You just did that to Shoma.
Perhaps you did it without knowing it. These sedatives could have been in the ingredients from the start.
Why would there be drugs in our food?
Sirei might have put it in there in case anyone stepped out of line and needed a way to subdue them.
Yeah, that's gotta be it. Sounds like just the kind of thing he would do.
But regardless, he's chopped up into bits. Unless he came back, someone's still got to set the fire, right? I gotta have a sip of water and read some more in the chat. Let's see. Cypher says, pin this, Logan. For context on why I'm grinding on Metaphor, there's a secret boss on New Game Plus that's level 99 and really hard to beat if you're not high level. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought I did the whole game. Ooh, super boss. Yeah, I was gonna guess who or what the super boss might be, but I guess that might be spoilers for Metaphor, so I won't say. Cypher says to Dagger, that's intentional. Crystal says, nah, my sub expired today, nah. Crystal, you can't hey in the hey channel anymore. Well, you won't be able to in a few days. It takes a few days to sync up with Discord. Dagger said, glad it's intentional and not because I'm scared of everything. Cypher says, same lol. Crystal and Queen Katie with some mantis emotes. Queen Katie says, sometimes forget I made that. It's such a good emote. Cypher says, I don't blame you. Terraformer bugs are really effing creepy. Queen Katie said, that's my art, Mantis. Crystal says, Mantis, such a great character. Mantis, us, such a great character. And then Oak does Crystal's chocolate milk box emote. Queen said, if it wasn't for the sample platter, I never would have found one of my most favorite games of all time. Happy times, happy slay, murder times. Eglin said, pausing my Inktober drawing for a bit now because I so badly want to draw the first bit of Logan lore, mini animatic plan to introduce a concept. Do I have to wait? Like, is it going to be a surprise? Can you give like a teaser hint? Because that's got to be the sun thing, right? Castle says, okay, genuinely, has anyone used exclamation point about recently? Is it okay to use? What I can see is cut off, but it seems personal, haha. I'm not sure what it is. It's that's going to be a command Rukov made. I'm assuming it's okay to use, but I don't know for sure. I say go ahead and give it a shot, and let's see. Crystal says, no, Oak, no. Cypher says to Dagger, check Discord. I sent a video on the terraformer bugs because I'm not good at describing them. Quicket said, nah, it's good. It's just a funny thing Rukov made. I think if anything, Crystal can delete it if needed from the chat. And there's the about. Okay, yeah, this is definitely a Rukov command. Again, you can see the emotes at the end. It says, a staple in the Salt Lake Valley's improv comedy scene since his teenage years, LoganRobo brings his okay, so yeah. I'll leave it at that because you guys can read it. But yeah, it's just some blurb. Castle says, improv mention from Logan. Kwigeta says, see, it's not bad. Castle said, yay. Wasn't sure if Salt Lake was too specific. Eglin said, depending on how much angst I go into, I may have to write an everything is fine AU. The more I write, the more I realize how much I enjoy writing angst. Also, only saying this because I keep finding cute child/parent pose references and want to draw using, that's cute then. And Castle with the timestamp. Logan's been live for 44 minutes, 31 seconds since 10:32 in chat. Okay, so I am still very behind. Crystal says, hi. Logan doxed himself again. Oak says, was Logan born in Utah? I was not born in Utah. I'll give 5 Logan points to anyone who can remember or guess. I don't know if I've ever said where I was born. Castle says, doing more commands. Oak says, shocking news, now we know he lives in Utah. Cypher says, I don't know a single person from Utah. Castle says, now you do. Oak says, now you do now. Okay, let me take a look over at the YouTube chat. I gotta scroll up just a little bit. Dura says, yes, there are references to Zero Escape. Would they be spoilers if people pointed them out? Maybe they're spoilers, but I like that. Sveta says, rain, rain, go away, come again some other day. Sveta says, raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me. Sveta says, Shoma, that sounds creepy. Quote, wait, more importantly, reminded me of wait, but where is it? Spoiler name from DR1. You know what it reminded me of? Okay, I don't know if you guys have these, but some of these streets where I live, in like downtown area, they've got like they've got these little buttons that you press for the crosswalk to like activate it. And I don't know how widespread it is. We always had noises that they would make, huh?
How many guesses do we have? My top 5 are Montana, California, Indiana, Tennessee, and Ohio.
I will give you 3 guesses, but what I need you to guess are cities. I will say that one of those states is the state, but now we have 3 guesses for cities I was born in. So it is one of those states of Montana, California, Indiana, Tennessee, and Ohio. It's one of those, or 5, one of those, however many states there. But I'll give you 3 guesses. You have to guess the city there. but yes, but they have the button that you press for the crosswalk, and they have this thing for people who are deaf, or just like hearing impaired in general, that different types of bird chirps to let you know which way is going. You can either hear a cuckoo or a chirp, chirp, chirp. And the cuckoo, I believe, is if you're crossing north and south, and the chirp, I think, is if you're crossing east and west. I might be mixing it up because I'm not deaf, so I never really memorized it. Or excuse me, not deaf. Sorry, I'm an idiot. It's the other way. It's for blind. If you're vision impaired, it would be pointless if you're hearing impaired. The visuals, the little person walking and the stops. I'm sorry, especially to Queen Katie, since you probably really caught that right away. If you're vision impaired, you hear that. But then they added something at some of the crosswalks where if you press the button to let you know to wait, it goes, wait, 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 wait. Wait, with just that intonation, that exact intonation.
Rough and Ready, CA.
Is that the name of a city in California? Rough and Ready? Sadly, no, not Rough and Ready. I feel like I'd be cooler. I'd be more rough and tumble. I'd have like a permanent 5 o'clock shadow and like a jacket with my collar popped up. And like those gloves that have like the fingers cut out and be like, I'm rough and ready. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Castle, and for the guests. And, oh yeah, but I also saw something that apparently there's some city in the country, I don't know which city, where their crosswalks, they got the classic from the golden age of cinema actor Jimmy Stewart, famous from like It's a Wonderful Life and stuff like that, to record a whole message where he's like, hello, I'm Jimmy Stewart. You're crossing the street in this fine city here. You gotta wait a little longer. But, you know, some like big long spiel. I can't remember what it was. So, I mean, that's neat. Some people do wait. Some people do Jimmy Stewart. I should play some game. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Sounds like just the kind of thing he would do. We ate that stuff without knowing it was spiked and got put to sleep that way. I'm glad we all agree. Case closed. It is not me. It is not Gaku.
Gary, Indiana, final guess.
Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. I've never seen that musical, by the way. And I think it's the second time I've referenced it now. But, no, not Gary, Indiana. The thing that always pops in my head anytime I think of that song, I remember a while back stumbling upon, there was this old show. I don't know how old it is. It's probably probably from the 80s or 90s, maybe early 2000s at the latest. And it was one of those like spooky kids shows, like Goosebumps type of a thing. I think it was called Erie, Indiana. And so I think it was probably more X-Files. I think it had like the same characters in each episode, but there was just like spooky stuff happens. And so anytime I hear Gary, Indiana, I always think Erie, Indiana, Erie, Indiana. That wasn't their theme song. But I'm sorry, Oak, but thank you very much for the 10 bits. It is not Gary, Indiana. Everybody else, you don't have to TTS it, but we'll see when I get down to that point in chat if anybody can figure it out. Then how do you explain the fire? I know it wasn't my grill that caused it. That's the one thing I'm 100% sure of. In that case, someone must have started it deliberately. I agree, but I don't think any of us could be responsible because all of us except Shoma were asleep. I am included in that group. I was surely asleep and not wearing gloves that would prevent me from leaving fingerprints if I was to do such a thing. Not when the lack of food would also harm the culprit. Are you sure about that? Don't forget, there's someone here who's done plenty of self-destructive stuff already. That SOB, that off-Siray, disappeared Mistress Hiroko, obviously didn't care about the consequences. Whoever they are, they could have done this too! You don't believe that? You're just trying to make everyone paranoid and make this more like one of your sick killing game fantasies! You noticed? If it wasn't an accident or one of us, that only leaves the invaders. It could have been Ghost Boy. Wait, could that be it? Ghost Boy was on fire. Maybe he's like, I'm hungry for food. Oh, now it's on fire. Oh, I forgot I'm on fire. I mean, why isn't Takumi bringing up Ghost Boy Human Torch? Let's shelf this discussion for now. We have more important things to do. We do? Yes, like staying alive now that the food's gone. Oh, we're gonna have to go like, probably go beyond the fire, do an expedition. You heard the man. Everyone cut off a leg and chow down. Take responsibility. Take responsibility. Sigh. I mean, we need to find replacement food sources. Some of us can search the school, but I also want us to form teams to look beyond the wall. We might find some canned food or something in the city ruins. You know what? That's not a bad idea. There's gotta be something we can eat out there.
Are invaders edible, do you think?
I think they, like, explode when we kill them, right? Ew, gross. I'd rather starve than eat those things. Maybe that's just them disappearing because of the video game. Maybe they leave corpses. Ima, Kako, and Shoma, I want you to stay on the school grounds. We can't risk you getting attacked when you can't fight back. Okay.
All right, but don't expect too much from me. I have trouble even finding my shoes in the morning and I sleep in them.
The rest of us will split into two groups and search the area outside the wall of fire. Takumi, can I get you to go with Tsubasa and Gaku? Takemaru, Darumi, and I will take the others. Give me Tarumi. She's so much more useful. It's gonna be the game. Give me Tsubasa and Gaku so I can get used to fighting with them, right? Sure, sounds good. He took decisive action, got everyone organized in just a few minutes. Eito really would make a good leader, surely not a traitor. If everyone's ready, we should get started right away. Yeah, let's do this. Oh man, it's all gonna be over if we can't find anything. Don't worry, there's all kinds of stuff in those ruins. We're bound to turn up something useful. All right, let's get this show on the road. Move out! We made a dash for the entrance hall. That's what I look like when I run. Wait. More importantly, before we leave, I think I should tell the others about it. Don't you mean him? It's a person, not a place or a thing. I don't know if they'll believe me or not, but it has appeared enough times that I know it's not just a dream or a coincidence. If there's a chance it has anything to do with the weird stuff happening around here, everyone has a right to know.
Hey!
Hi! He should have said this earlier. I'm going to read some more in the chat, though, because I'm still so far behind. Let's see. Cypher with a message that was pinned earlier. Said mods, we would pin that pretty please. Crystal says that me. Oak says Logan is a wonderful makeup artist. Eglin said, oh, I thought it was pork instead of chicken. Well, I always heard that it tastes like chicken, but I don't know, maybe. Wait, which one's no, chicken is the other white meat. Pork is what's for dinner. It's like the old catchphrases or slogans or something. Oak says, me too. Cypher said, the way his face dropped killed me. Dagger said, it's okay, Logan just has a big forehead. I do. I'm actually like very self-conscious of it, but I don't know what to do about it. Eglin said, if you look close enough, you can see it move and try to look around under the wax he puts over to mask it. Crystal says, guys, I think it's no cow. Monster. Cypher says, he's also wearing contacts over his eyes. They're supposed to look like cat eyes, but the contacts are strong enough to hold it back, so the blue is bleeding through, and that's why he looks like he's staring at a chat's soul. Eglin said, nah, no gal doesn't capture the lonely vibes this guy does. Crystal says, you're right. Dagger says, is he a Catman alien or something else? Maybe I'm a cat boy. Maybe I'm, some of you probably want anime cat boys. Maybe I'm almost there. More commands from Castle. Quiggin said, I just realized, where's Nora? Oh, and there's a Miss Vero command. Quiggin says, dang, Nora's missing, and a Miss Vero command. Cypher says, he is, and the reason he likes Transformers so much is because the technology is very close to the kind that his race uses for things. Speaking of which, let me know if Vero gets here so I can do those 2 random Transformers checks we're behind on when Vero's present. Dagger said to Cypher, all this time Logan was just homesick. Cypher says, yeah, death. Oak with the lurk, thank you for the lurk, Oak. Castle says, milk mention, milk command. Cypher says, the only reason Logan hasn't gone back to planet Logantris is because we have air fryers and cooler video games here. Oh, and hot chocolate too. Eglin said, I also noticed the mentions of a lot of facts conversationally, like he's trying to remember them himself. Cypher says, Quiggin says, gonna nab wafers. Also ice cream update. Still no chocolate Tillamook, but I got a different chocolate ice cream brand. Haagen-Dazs or something. Yeah, Haagen-Dazs is great. I happen to really like Haagen-Dazs, so I think you're in for a treat. I've never had Tillamook, so it might be not as good. Maybe it'll be better, but Haagen-Dazs is a good brand. Cypher says, guys, we need to compile all this evidence to make a case. Dagger says, to Cypher, and also girls. Eglin says, Streamlab tried to scare us into silence. Cypher says, the reason he isn't good with him is because people of the planet Loganstris reproduce asexually, not sexually. He's not used to the idea of needing a mate. Eglin says, maybe Mantis is Logan's kid. It hasn't learned to have a human disguise yet. Aw. Dagger says, can't wait for him to get this part of the chat and realize we had already figured him out. You guys are just guessing stuff that's totally not the way it actually is. Insane. It's believable, right? If I just deny it, yeah? Over on YouTube, Sveta says, A2O, of course you want to shelve the discussion, parentheses, I love you, but Logan's theory sounds fun, so I'm picking on you. I'm probably wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll just never make a clip about it, and then TikTok and YouTube shorts will never know. Hey guys, there's something I need to get off my chest. Ato's like, hey, there's something I need to get off my chest too, but I can't let you guys know. It's boobs. Boobs are on my chest. I'm a girl. That got their attention. Talk of boobs always gets attention. Now that I've taken the first step, I have no choice but to go on. Kid on fire. I told everyone all about the strange apparition I'd seen. About the boy made of undying flames who somehow got inside the academy. It went about as well as I expected. They all looked at me like I was crazy. Why is that like any less reasonable than all the weird crap we are literally dying and coming back to life. I feel like this is pretty reasonable. So you're saying the school is haunted? Don't even go there! The invaders are bad enough! I can't handle spooky stuff on top of that. Plus, I really don't want to have a class trial later where one of the people is like, what if she's really a ghost? We have to spend like a half hour explaining that's not real. I don't think it was really a ghost, but I'm not saying I imagined it either. It may not have been solid, but it was real. I could feel its presence.
Hey!
Hi! And it seemed to be intelligent too. It was trying to communicate with me.
Huh?
But what was it? Some new kind of invader or something?
I can't say for sure, but if it is, it might be the one responsible for destroying our food supplies and getting rid of Sirei. And Hiroko too? The convenient scapegoat. I should go with this, huh?
Logan, I did that work when I started working on a song. I came up with a chord progression and melody, set up the recording, recorded an entire guitar part, mixed it, arranged it, and finished a solid half song in the time between where you were in chat and now.
So, you're saying you work very quickly. Please tell me that's what you're saying. Please tell me that's what you're saying, because that sounds like a lot of work. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. Wow. I guess I should read a couple more comments in the chat then, since I am, again, so far behind. Cypher says to Eglin, I guess it's a Nydia tribe scenario. Anyway, anywho, chat, I'm gonna head to bed now. Good night, Cypher, thank you for being here. Queen said, Darmi and Ibuki shaking hands, having good hearing and being a little dumb. Oh yeah, I forgot about that with Ibuki. Cypher said, good night, y'all. Good night, Cypher. Dagger says, good night. Said this game is so frustrating since I started 2 routes and there's still so many questions about the world. Queen says, that's the thing that I find kind of tricky about wanting to play these games where you gotta do the story over and over and over again to get the whole story, is that it feels like it's gonna make me do just so much time wasting, you know? Quigan says, I don't know what the mumbles were, but captions caught Lucky Charms in there. Oh, when I mumbled, I was talking about Lucky Charms at one point. Good catch, caption. Said, nah, the dumb guesses are peak. It says Kamukura, as in my man Kamukura. Chris says Kamukura, Yas Queen. Egnan said, thank you. Quicken said, Kamukura is the stream avatar I use for the funny streams, but his avatar is buggy sometimes, just like the man himself. Chris says, be careful, you might get spoilers. Quicken said, so true. Egnan said, for the ominous question, it was, about me or son. It was in reference to who the metaphor protagonist represents, either yourself or your son. I'll change how I write Gallica. And maybe, oh crap, but I want to marry Gallica. Do I still get to marry Gallica, Eglin? Please, that's all I want. Quicken said, that was pinned earlier. And then says to Crystal, please pin this so we can see it before he switches scenes. Never mind, you did come in this room. Don't worry, Logan. Well, when he said like lights wouldn't come on, I thought maybe it was a completely black room. When they showed it, I do remember having seen it. Wow, there's where Crazy did the raid before, so that's how far behind I am. Crazy saying, I'm around 30 days in this, so you're still ahead of me. And at this rate, we'll continue. There's Starry saying, hi, Logan. Hi, Starry. That was so long ago that you said hi. Are you still here? Crazy said, I can't relate. I'm pretty much every My Hero Academia, I like pretty much every My Hero Academia character, so every episode of season 7 was amazing to me. I think I would have liked it if it was earlier in the series, but when it's like, everything is coming together and everything's so exciting, it's like, that's not the time I want to get to know them. I want to already have known that, but that, again, it's just me. They are great characters, though, but it's just a personal gripe that made it difficult for me. I'm not saying it's bad because of that. It's still such a great show. Crystal saying, white square. I'm not going to read every one of those. Crystal says, aw, man. Nora says, I made it. Welcome, Nora. How was Dodgeball? Crystal saying, hi, Nora. Oh, and Starry with a hydrate command. I will do that. I will finish off this water here. Thank you very much, Starry. Thank you, Starry! Nora says, no, we lost every single round, but we had a really fun time afterward. I was with Turbo and a couple of other friends. See, that's what matters, is that you have fun. Crazy says, I kind of use the same voice for Ema, lol. Nora, as the one that I'm doing, the ooh. It's a cross between, I mentioned this before, a cross between Thurston Howell III from Gilligan's Island. I've never seen an episode of Gilligan's Island, but I've heard impressions of him. And James from Team Rocket. Nora says, hi. Castle says, sus. Oh, it's a command. Queen Katie said, just learned via the Danganronpa wiki that the artist drew some characters in Fate Grand Order, and dang, it feels weird seeing non-Dangan characters in the Dangan style besides Raincoat and 100 Line. Interesting. Nora said, I can't stay for long, though. Sorry, Darumi, wherever you are. I have to get ready for bed and go to bed. 99 Logan, 99 friends. Thank you for being here, Nora. Sleep well. Appreciate you popping in. Sorry I didn't see it till you already left. Starry says, lol. And Oak says, but season 2 and 4, I'm assuming that you're talking about Dexter, were also peak. Starry with some emotes and says, me. It was Sephiroth. Quiggy says, my first game/anime crush was Camilla from Fire Emblem's Fates. Sadly, she is the main character's sister. Oh, so you can't date her as the main character. Well, that just means the main character won't date her, but that keeps her single for you, Queen Katie, to date her. See? Over on YouTube, Sveta says, right, everybody being freaked out and Ato pulling the finger on chin going, Sprite instead looks like he's going, aha, a convenient red herring. See? It's suspicious. Ato, what's wrong? Sorry. The idea that we have an enemy inside the school. That someone could be working against all of you. I mean, all of us. An enemy that is not me. An enemy of me is an enemy of you as well. I'm your friend. It's just, it's a lot to process. Oh, it's a lot to process. I bet it's a shapeshifter sent to infiltrate and sabotage our unit. It could be any one of us. Eric, I told you to knock that off. We can decide what to do about this mystery invader another time. Food is our top priority now. Yeah, I guess you're right. Sheesh, you could have saved the scary stories for after we got back. I won't be able to think about anything else now. Maybe I could have picked my timing better. Okay, let's save, because we're already past 2 hours somehow into the stream. Our goal is we got to at least get through this expedition, okay? Let's talk to everybody, go out and do the expedition, and we're not quite really close to the 2.5 hour mark, but now you might as well start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions, just because it'll take me a while to get to in chat that we can use later on at the 3 hour mark. Ato! Let's concentrate on finding food for now. There's bound to be something edible out there. Tsubasa? A ghost boy made of undying flames? It's got to be an invader, right? I mean, what else could it be? Earlier, like, Protag was like, it went about as well as I expected, meaning he thought it wouldn't go well. Everybody believes him. So that means it went well. We can't afford to stand around and talk. We gotta get out there and find something to eat. What about you, Darumi? The traitor could be any one of us. An invader hiding in plain sight, waiting for their chance to strike. I feel like she missed out on a good Among Us reference opportunity. Yo-ho! Also, wait. Are you floating, bro? Are you on your tiptoes or are you floating? What is with your feet there? Crap, what was that? I was about to say something, but now I don't even remember. I can't believe I let a kitchen fire happen on my watch. I was so careful with the equipment too. Crap, yeah, I was about to like say something about this going out there with everybody, but oh man, I just completely forgot. My brain it wasn't even just a brain fart, it was a full-on brain poop. That thought is gone. But let's head on out there. Begin exploration, yes. So we got 2 peeps heading out there. Just our friends on an adventure. Eglin says, I'm not going to say anything about my childhood crush. Oh, we saw your childhood crush in A Hat in Time. Dagger said, my childhood crush was CL from Black Butler. And let's just say, this didn't age well. I've seen 1 episode of Black Butler. What up, war with the lurk? Thank you for the lurk. What up, war? Oak says, I never had a childhood crush because legit the first person I had a crush on was my partner. I'm aromatic spectrum, though. Dagger says, oh, hang on, I got to scroll in the chat. Says, okay, Oak, no need to brag, /JK, huh?
Hey guys, it's me, Beef Longai. As you all know, I've become suspicious of Mr. LoganRobo. I'm thinking of following him to a cargo box where he's looking for his sister, and then get into a fight where his martial arts prowess is unusual for that of a lab geek, causing me to follow him further. I'll survey him from my car and follow him to his bowling games. Ultimately, he'll find him giving a speech at Narcotics Anonymous, and then... I don't know.
I am trying to figure out what that is a reference to. Cargo box, looking for his sister, fight martial arts prowess, lab geek, bowling games? Is that not a reference? Is it just like random fun, like tropes and weird stuff? Like Narcotics Anonymous speech? What is that? But thank you very much, Oak, for the beef long at TTS. I am drawing a complete blank on that. But thank you very much. Huh?
Jokes longer.
Oh, okay, that's what okay, here's the reason why. I don't know if that was all season 1 stuff or not, but as I said before, I did watch season 1 of Dexter, but I read the books. And here's the thing, Dokes, I guess this is a spoiler for the books. Because the books and the TV show diverge. And Dokes dies at the end of the first book. He's like not a major character in the series at all. And so it's like, and I'm guessing they just like, this guy's great, we got to keep him around. So there's probably more of that in there. So yes, thank you for the beef long at TTS. I appreciate that, and I will read some more of the chat soon. So what now? Should we just walk around and hope we find something useful?
Yeah, I guess. Sheesh, why'd our first ever rainy day have to be today? My clothes are getting all damp and heavy.
Okay, so there's our goal post we're supposed to go to. So we go straight to it. Or, I mean, we can take a look around, see if there's any nearby treasure chests. View the area. That's down here. Like, if we tried to loop around. Oh, crap, there's a lot of fighting to get there. That's a treasure chest we could loop. What if we go a different direction? Can we, like, go right and loop around? Any treasure chests here? Oh, the treasure chests are, like, behind. I'm guessing those are probably for, like, crafting specific items. But I don't know how important they are. Like, all of them are hidden behind, like, walls of lots and lots of fighting and dangerous fighting. So maybe we should just go directly, but I should probably take my time to get to there just so that I can pick up lots of materials, because I probably ought to use those for upgrading weapons. So maybe I should pick one of the treasure chests and try and get to it. That one has only one fight, but there's a lot of purple nearby. And this one has a little bit of purple, but there's a lot of fighting. It's a lot of green. Maybe we should try except if we go to the right, that's going to be a real long route, because we got to loop all the way around there. That'll take a long time to get there. Okay, so no, let's go this way, and we'll see how we're doing, and we might diverge off to get that treasure chest. Otherwise, we'll just end up there. So yeah, so we're gonna go left, and then down, and then over, and around, and see if we get that treasure chest or not. Sound like a plan? Yes, sounds like a plan, Logan. Thank you very much, Logan. I appreciate that. So we want to go probably 3, otherwise we'll land on a fighting space. And I want to collect lots of materials, but I want to do as little fighting as possible, because we already have to be in danger of like losing hit points from just gathering materials. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we should do 4, because that'll give us a question spot. You find an abandoned pharmacy. The interior has already been looted. There might still be something useful inside. Stealing is wrong. Search inside. Oh, okay, we recovered, but that's okay. Ointment, and I used it. Great, thanks. I didn't need to recover, but you know what? Sometimes you don't need an excuse to just slather your bod with ointment. Okay, let's go 2 spaces. 1, 2. Let's go 1, 2, I guess 3. Yeah, 3 spaces. 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Wait. Hang on. Oh yeah, we want to go left. And so let's do. I don't want to land another one of those chance things if it's just going to heal me. Let's do 1 space. There. Continue exploration. And let's do 3. Then we can collect some materials. You see a dog picking through trash. Someone might have thrown something away. Examine the trash. Oh crap, the dog's gonna attack us though. You don't know, we're friends with dog. Dog won't hurt us. Examine the trash. Ah, hey, most of the trash was unusable, but a piece of cloth might make a good crafting material. Got tattered cloth scrap. Hey, see, we're friends to dogs.
Did it.
We don't kick dogs no matter what Weedle says. Let's do 2, because no matter what, we won't have to worry about landing on the danger spot. So then we want to do 1, 2, 3. That'll do some more crafting. Yeah, we'll loop around that way. 3! And this way. You find a large jar. Inside is a little pony. There's only one thing to do at a time like this. Destroy it! Don't destroy it. That might cut us with glass. Let's tip it over. A beautiful seed was inside the jar. When you ate it, you felt somehow more skillful. You don't eat random seeds you find, chat. Huh?
Burke.
Wait, what was that? Was that a whole beef long in TTS? That just said bark? Oh, Castle, thank you for the 50 bits. Just to bark. I assume it was the whatever was the need to be barked. Oh, because it was the dog we were looking at. That's what it was. Well, thank you very much for the bark. I appreciate that, Cass. And for the 50 bits, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, darn it, no matter what, we're gonna land on a fight if we try and go for the treasure chest. Because that is a That's a 6. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then either we do crafting or we have to go past it. We've avoided fights so far so well. Let's go for the fight. Enemy appeared. It can't be that. It's a green one, so it's not gonna be dangerous. They're not gonna hurt us. It's gonna be okay. Battle start. And if anyone dies out here, they die for real. We got to remember that. Them's the rules. Okay. So we got 4 AP for first round here. I got to remember how this works. You've got your deadlights. Can we move around? Like, okay, we can't. We need to clear out some of these enemies first. So let's see. What does your pattern look like again? Oh, that's right. You got this crazy shot thing. So if we go back here, that'll annihilate all those guys, do some damage to that one. But do we really want to do that? Maybe we ought to focus on these ones. Yes, let's focus on those ones. If I take a step back, we kill those. We got to do some damage to that guy up there. So let's do that. An attack.
That's what I'm talking about!
There we go. Okay. Pretty good. You
Say when.
are going to do your side slash. Well, no, hang on. Because if you do your deadlights, you can get these 2, and then Protag can get those other 2. Wait, no. She can go over here now. She can get all of them. She can do damage to all these guys all at once. That's good. And so then we only need to focus on the remaining dudes. So yeah, let's do that. Okay. And, oh wait, is she not fatigued? Is she immune to fatigue? Let's see, Protag, side slash. That would do 2 damage to him, and then if we do another attack, she'd be able to finish him off. We get another AP, and then she can turn around and get the other guy. So let's do that. Let's get him. And then we'll have her go again, and she's going to be able to go a second time. And then we'll get another AP, because she's not going to be fatigued. Okay, so I guess she's just immune to fatigue. And then deadlights again. And look at this, we're gonna have like an unscathed victory or whatever we call it. Flawless victory. Yay! Was not dangerous at all. I'd like to think I'm getting good at this game, but I'm probably not. A cracked stone! Oh man, my stone is so cracked. Okay, what would 6 get us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a question mark, but it's purple. But I feel like we could avoid danger if we answer correctly. So let's go for the 6 and go for that treasure chest. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You find an altar with an odd statue. Offerings have been placed before it. Offer a prayer, leave an offering, take the offerings. Let's... Will we have to like leave one of our items? Let's leave an offering. Oh crap! Oh my camera went out. Lost cracked stone. Chance of finding all materials plus 20%. Camera died. Sorry, camera's dead. Everybody. My cracked stone is gone. That was not good. We can go 2 more and get this treasure chest. I hope it's worth it. Oh yeah! A dragon illustration. Oh. Wait, crap. Were dragons the thing that in Danganronpa, or not Danganronpa, excuse me, in Deltarune? Is it like that type of illustration? Why is my camera dead? Hang on, I'm gonna take a look and see if I can... Oh crap, now everything's frozen. I shouldn't have clicked out of the game. That was a mistake. Can I click back in the game? Game is frozen. Chat. Everything is frozen. It looks like even the stream is buffering over on YouTube. So I'm gonna read some chat. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Can somebody type into one of the chats if you can still hear me right now? Because I can still see it, but I can't do anything. Okay, Quigita says, I can hear you. I see Dagger's doing a 10 bits. It probably won't go through until, like, OBS decides to be unfrozen. But this is what happened earlier when I went and got the water. Everything is frozen right now. Okay, and there's some I hear you over on the YouTube side of things as well. I'm going to read some YouTube chat first. Then we'll be over the Twitch chat. So thank you very much for letting me know. Evie says, hi, Logan. I'm possibly going back to work this Saturday. I said, screw it, and talked to my doctor about getting my restrictions taken off and going to full duties. Duties at work. They were able to do that. Nice. Congratulations. Do still make sure that you're careful and take it easy on yourself, but I hope it goes well. And I've been improving a lot. Besides, my doctor has said that if I want to work full duties, I can. So it was up to me this whole time. Since my job isn't allowing me to do light duty, I have no choice. But still be careful. Oh, there we go. We're back. There's the TTS sound.
Your offering was your camera.
Apparently. Oh, another TTS.
Logan, where are you? I'm scared.
I'm here. I'm sorry you're scared. Everything's fine. But thank you both for the 10 bits. And everything's back now. I don't know what happened. But again, thank you for the bits. Thank you for letting me know that it was still working. We lost some of our lurkers, but we're still fine. I think we're good. And Evie, thank you very much, and I'm glad that you're doing well. Evie said, I need money desperately, and says, I can hear you. And Frilzy says, can hear you. Over on the Twitch side of things, let's see. Eglin said, spring is the worst. Do you have allergies? Would that be why? Quiggita said, Logan missed the part where day 23 popped up, and then day 24 popped up. Oh, did it actually show the animation? I didn't even notice that. I wasn't looking. Quiggita said he was literally looking away when day 23 popped up. Said, please pin Logan the day it was before the dream was day 22. Chris with the emote. Liz Okami with the lurk. Thank you, Liz Okami, for the lurk. Quiggita said, if Ato is trans, cutter with and maybe romance route with him. Quiggita says, add quote, there could be pocket boobs. Crystal adds a quote. Quiggita said, man, what are the odds? The two quotes today are boob related. Said, and about Ato. Crystal says, booby. Dagger said, Ato, big naturals Outsuki. Crystal says, as canon now, Ato has boobs. I shall change my name to Ato's Big Bonkers. Quiggita said, oh, because Shoma didn't eat any of the food. Brilliant job, you introvert. You know what? That's a good way to never get drugged. Queen Gita said, Takimaru confirmed part of the electric company with the, hey, you guys, if you don't get the ref, please look up PBS Kids Electric Company. So I didn't know for the longest time that was from the electric company. I knew that because I think I mentioned before, when I was a kid, my family, one time, they had a neighbor who were members of I think it was like a country club or something. And they got to go with those neighbors on like a friend pass. Like they could bring a family that was a friend of theirs. And so we got to go to this country club a few times. And every time we went, they put me and my brother off in this daycare basically for the kids. And they would do activities, and I had various memories of this because we did it several times. It was one summer. I think it was one summer. Anyway, but every time at the end of the day, they would always put on a copy of the old movie Goonies to watch. And there's this character Sloth who is this really disfigured guy, and but he was one of the good guys. He was swinging on a rope shouting, hey, you guys. And that's what I thought it was from, because that's what I'd seen when I was a kid. But I did also recently find, apparently the PBS's electric company had Spider-Man as a character that would appear sometimes. Crystal says, wait, more importantly. Queen said, wait, more importantly. Dagger said, Logan once again proving his commitment. Crystal says, I'm more impressed at Logan keeping the same tone and pitch of his voice after doing it again and again. Queen says, same though, dang. Captions, I'm blaming NATO. Dagger said this too. Eglin says, imagine Ato is somehow nowhere near guilty and everyone just blaming him. Dagger said, I don't like him personally. Queen said, captions, we could check whose bed is the least war. Okay, let's play some more. We got a dragon illustration. So 5 gets us out of here. So we've only had to fight once. We lost some stuff. You find a pleasant-looking old playground. This might be a good place to take a break. Play on the swings, play in the sandbox. I feel like we'll find something in the sandbox. Let's play in the sandbox. You felt yourself returning to childhood as you lost yourself digging in the sand. And you uncovered a shiny red gem. Got red crystal fragment. Crystal, we got a fragment of you. Almost said shard, but I guess that's something different. How much farther do we got to go? Okay, it's clear sailing. So let's take our time. Let's go 1 upward so that we can get some more crafting materials. You find an old cabin made of scrap and driftwood. Some of it might be useful as crafting materials. Take pieces from outside, because there might be somebody inside. You successfully remove some pieces, and you got some decent wood for your trouble. Got wood block. Hey, you hear that? That cabin gave us wood. Yay. Oh, we're bouncing. We're happy. Wood block. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just go 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I don't want to fight, so let's go 3, even though that's mildly dangerous. An invader in an awesome cape. Oh, not again. Not again. Not again. Why, camera? Why? And it's when there's an awesome cape. And steal the cape or challenge the invader to a duel. I mean, I want the cape, but I can't. You know, we need to win it honorably. Challenge the invader to a duel. Oh, crap. Violence was the wrong choice. You challenge the invader to a duel to the death. After fierce battle, he managed to emerge victorious. But the cape was left in tatters. No, I lost the cape. Ow. Okay, let's, how much farther do we got to go here? We're almost there. Let's go just 2 spaces because we want to try and get as much crafting material as we can. I guess we got to be level 3 to get past that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 3. Again, maybe we can... 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we'll go 5 and we'll get to the goal. 5, 2, continue exploration. Oh, it just does that. So yeah, we stop at those marks and go to the right, 2. We made it! I'm gonna try and read some chat while my camera's down. Let's see if it'll actually let me do that this time. Oh, I can. Crystal says a crystal fragment. Is that why my hand is missing? It's a pin message. Thank you, Crystal. I am going to assume you guys can still hear me. Dagger says, but guys, you'll never get the motivation of the trader. This was epic when I got to the end. I'm looking forward to, I feel like because they committed to this whole 100 days bit, it's probably going to take us a very long time to get to the end. And there's probably going to be a lot of story padding, but I'm looking forward to it. Kunketa said, not me having flashbacks to the Danganronpa anime with the words, secret ingredient. The Danganronpa 3, I mean. The new game plus boss in Metaphor is just a recolored version of the final boss. Oh, boo. Eglin said, fun fact, not the sun thing, but it does introduce an important character nonetheless. Queeketa said, 20 minutes till Digimon! Said, wait, so does that mean Queeketa is still here? Did Queeketa have to leave? And a timestamp, 1 hour, 51 minutes. I am less than 45 minutes behind, and we are at the 2.5 hour mark. So once again, calling for raid suggestions for later on at 3 hours. Quickett says, stab in the dark, Logan is a Ohio guy. I am not an Ohio guy. I'm sorry. Oak says, wait, for real? Quickett said, I would actually be shocked if it's Tennessee, because that's my birth state. You can tell I'm not from Tennessee, because I'm not the only 10 UC. No, because that'd be if I was from 10UC, but I'm... Either way, you get what I'm saying. Oh, my camera's back. Nice. Quickett said, they do that? Mine doesn't do the sounds. I wish it does, though. Oak says, what's a city in Indiana? Indianapolis is in Indiana, I think. I don't know what else is in Indiana. I don't know. Quickett said, but to be fair, I live out in the old part of the east. My town is a blend of old buildings and new ones, so my crossings are probably on the other, older side. Eglin said, in a few places, if you press the button enough times, the wait voice gets angry. Oh, cool. Queen said, man, that sounds cool. Ironically, in the town I'm living in, there's a school with a really cool deaf kids walking sign in the roads near school, so I find that cool. Oak says, also, Unlurk, I was practicing guitar. Queen says, oh yeah, Logan, mouthwashing is a year old now, as of September 26th. Happy birthday to mouthwashing. Queen says, timestamp 1:59. Just still a little bit over half hour. Cat said, beef, it's what's for dinner. I remember that one. Oak says, add quote, maybe I'm a cat boy. And some miscommands for Vero. Quickett says, 8 minutes till Digimon, but I've decided to stay here. I can play as soon as I wake up tomorrow. Thank you, Queen Katie. That's so nice of you. Crystal says, laughing. Quickett said, I'm so excited for Nora to get that part of Danganronpa, to be honest. Crystal says, not the reference. And then says, she'll cry not out of sadness, but out of the absurdity of that scene. Oh, was it when I was talking about the ghost thing? Oh my gosh. Over on YouTube, Evie says, thank you, Logan. I think I told you last stream, but my team lead is allowing me to be a little slower when I go back. I think she just misses me. Aw, she gave me a hug after I asked if I could come back slower. You mentioned the hug, so that's good. I'm happy for you. Okay, what gives? We haven't found anything to eat anywhere.
Okay, wait, so the only cities I can think of out of those states are Los Angeles, Sacramento, San Francisco, Gary, and Indianapolis. Is it any of those?
Well, I said I'd give you 3 guesses. That's more than 3, but I'll say this. It's not any of those. However, you narrowed it down to 2 states, California or Indiana. It is one of those states. It is one of those states. And since my lack of knowledge about Indiana geography would, I think, hopefully hint that I don't think I've ever been to Indiana. So that should narrow it down. It's in California. But you gotta guess the city. But your guesses are done. You've already now exceeded your allotment of guesses. Oh, but thank you very much for the 10 bits. Not even a single can of beans. We can't give up yet. Let's search a little farther out. Okay, so maybe we have to do multiple of these things.
Oh my gosh, you were born in CA, Canada.
Yes. Oh, Canada. Let's all go play some hockey and sit around and eat craft dinner because I know that about Canada. Is that believable? Is that totally believable? But thank you very much, Castle, for the 10 bits. I have never been to Canada either, sadly. I'm so sorry. We can't give up yet. Let's search a little farther out. Okay, so there's another one up there. Any treasure chests on the way? I mean, we could move to the left. That's a direct route. What if we go this way? Are we gonna pass any? Oh, there's a treasure chest. Oh, okay. Maybe we should do that to get up there. We're doing pretty good. We only lost 3 hit points. So if we just go that away, take that path, go up that way, and then that's gonna be dangerous. I don't even know if the crap we're finding in treasure chests is really worth it. Or we can just go direct up there. You know, we already got 1 treasure. Maybe I shouldn't be greedy. Let's go to the left. And, oh wait, am I not able to turn around? I don't think I can turn around. I think I'm like committed to going this direction. Oh crap, oh wait, no, now I can turn around. There we are. Continue exploration.
This rain stuff really sucks. It's like a giant leaky shower that just won't shut off. The wind's so strong too, it's stinging my face.
Strong wind and rain. This must be one of those storms that happen in the outside world.
How do people ever live like this? I miss the TRC and its air conditioning and regulated temperature.
What now? Should we turn back? We still haven't found anything. Let's stick it out for a little longer. I know it's not exactly fun walking around in this weather, but it probably won't do us any harm either.
Yeah, it'd really suck if we had to go back empty-handed.
Okay, let's do 2 and go upward. You find a discarded bicycle on the roadside. You haven't rode one of these in a while. Take it apart. I feel like I'm gonna fall off and break my leg. It looked dangerous to ride, so you decided to dismantle it and reuse its part. Got scrap parts. Yay, bouncing.
Something for me.
A little something for me, yeah.
Okay, 4 won't land us on anything, so let's just go 1. And we'll go 4. That'll get us at least the question mark thing. You find what seems to be a vacant gas station. There's also an abandoned car here. Fill up the tank. Okay, maybe a good thing will happen. Ignore it, it'll probably get nothing, but maybe this will heal us? Oh, the car ran, old car ran without any problem. Seemed usable for transportation move +2. Is that good or bad? What? Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we don't want the danger spot. So let's just go 2. And we go 2 again. What do we got? You find the ruins of a clock statue. Oh, clock stores. Why did I say statue? Clock store is still stocked with clocks. It's stocked with clocks and a fox on a box wearing socks. Is still stocked with clocks of all sizes. Some of these might have useful parts. Dismantle a small clock, dismantle a large clock. You know what? I hear people like large clocks. So I'm not going to prevent you from seeing a large clock. I am not going to clock block y'all. I'm going to let you guys see a large clock. Got a large gear! You disassembled a large clock and you took out a magnificent gear! It should make for a good crafting material. You see, that was magnificent.
A little something for me.
A little something for me, yeah. Ooh.
3! 1, 2, 3. You managed to, you find a neglected bronze statue of a dog. It seems to regard you with baleful eyes. Pat its head. The moment you touched a hand to the bronze statue to rub it, it crumbled to dust. Perhaps it was already brittle from long years of neglect. Got a pebble. Okay.
Did it.
A pebble. Maybe that's good. I don't know. 3. Do 3. You see a hazard sign in the middle of the road. It might be dangerous to go any further. Take a different path. Oh crap, pardon, took damage. You decided to take a different route, but it turned out to be quite a detour. Walking too much wore you out. Let's go 3. We'll get some more crafting stuff. 1, 2, 3. You see shards of glass on the ground. You might be able to use them for something. Okay, yeah, don't just grab whatever. Look for intact pieces of glass. You desperately search proved useful as you were able to find beautiful glass. It looked like it'd make for a good crafting material. Okay, we didn't get like all 9. I don't know if this is gonna be the last stop or if we're gonna have to go for yet another one of these, but we're getting close to our 9. Let's just move forward 3 spaces.
This storm is getting worse, isn't it? It's not just me, right?
Yeah, it's getting hard to stay standing in this. I feel like it's gonna blow me off my feet.
Off my feet, off my feet.
Let's find a ruin or something to take shelter in. It'll probably blow over if we just wait a while.
Oh, okay. I guess we're pausing for a cutscene from the sounds of it.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Okay, here's what I think we're gonna happen. We're gonna find a garbage can that's gonna have chopped up pieces of Hiruko in it. Oh, this must be an important cutscene. It's like fully animated. Oh, go! Ow! Oh, I can hear Claire de Lune playing now. Wait, she gets 2 full. Wait, those aren't even just 2 meals. There are 7 burgers and 4 things of fries. Oh, plus an 8th burger in her hand. And I have what I'm going to assume is just a free water.
Come on, Karuha, speak to me. I'm sorry, okay?
Oh, okay, so she's mad at me, so I bought her all this stuff to get her to forgive me. I get it. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat. Well, you have the quiet Claire de Lune playing. It might be so quiet you can't even really hear it. I don't know. Sequinga said, actually, all of Logan's Dongan references / jokes are 100 out of 10. Oak said, I made basically a full song minus bass from where Logan is in chat. Quiggetta says, shot put ball in 80 voice is still my favorite joke. England said, yeah, you marry Gallica. Aw. Ba-ba-ba.
Karuha has like 10 meals in front of her and Takumi is praying for life.
That's what's going on. I did hear that McDonald's, I think, has brought back like extra value meal pricing or something like that. I feel like McDonald's might be making some good moves in right directions. I just want them to bring back all day breakfast. I miss that. I think they discontinued it around pandemic time. Made me sad. I loved like on the way home from stuff late at night, swinging by and getting a McGriddle at 2 a.m. It was so nice. But thank you very much, Oak, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Yeah, Glenn said, yeah, you marry Gallica. If you go with Protag being your kid, Gallica will act motherly to him instead of romantically. You know what? I'm happy as long as I get to marry Gallica in that scenario, Eglin. So I will let you pick whichever you prefer. I kind of like the idea of you using Mantis as the Protag, though. So I think it should be Sun, probably. But your call. Weedle says, plink. Dagger says, arg, I just want Logan to get to day 95 to see his reaction. Ooh. I'll look forward to that for a very long time, probably. Queen said, Logan, you technically could date Camilla as the MC in Fates because she's technically not blood related. Oh, it's one of those type of anime sisters. But she acts yandere and sisterly. It's complicated. Castle with the command, not Zuck? Welcome in, Logan Robo is not Mark Zuckerberg, we promise. I don't remember that command. That's got to be a Rukov command as well. Quick with a timestamp, 2 hours, 11 minutes. I'm still a half hour behind. Oak says, I'd quote, if it wasn't even a brain fart, it was full on brain poop. Queen Katie said, Digimon Time Stranger is out, but I'm staying for you, Sir Logan. Thank you. You're so nice, Queen Katie. Eglin said, the Snatcher is current crush, not childhood crush. Oh, I wasn't talking about Snatcher from A Hat in Time, Eglin. I was talking about another character who's always just hanging around. You know, you might think that it's just a perfectly normal character, but you know, but that character, if you ask, are you perfectly normal? That character would probably say, well, I'm afraid not. Sometimes. That one was a stretch. That one was a stretch. Quick to say, Crystal adds a quote. Dagger says, crying. Castle says, Logan punch command. And then Castle says, what? Supposedly known as the Caped Baldy. Wait, why is it saying Castle is saying this? Is this a new command? Huh, Deba?
I haven't played A Hat in Time, so you just sound insane saying random works with more emphasis than normal.
Oh, because they're very knowing references, hinting at something that Egeland is kind of embarrassed about, but it's kind of funny. I can tell you what it is. It's just that in A Hat in Time, there's a very spooky forest, and at one point you find like a noose that's hanging, and it's voiced. It's like a full-on character, and Egeland really likes the voice of that noose. I don't, because you know they have the old saying, no noose is good news. I think that was a stretch too. I should give up tonight. Yeah, but Cass says, what supposedly, this is the command, known as the Caped Baldy. Logan Robo is, it's one of those commands, because like, yeah, Rukov loves doing a thing where he like tries to introduce me, but accidentally refers to somebody else, and so that's a One Punch Man one. So there we go. There we go. Dagger says there'll be a Hunter x Hunter reference. After you meet new characters. I wonder if you'll notice it. Well, now I'm going to keep an eye out for it. There was already a Persona reference that we noticed before Darumi mentioned doing social links. Oak says, I didn't know that, but if the books are that different, I'd honestly say that if you watch more Dexter, just consider it a new series. Well, before we get back to the game, here's what I will say about Dexter that was the biggest change from the books to the series. Is that in the books, yes, he's a serial killer that kills other, like, evil people, like serial killers and people who do just the worst of the worst crimes. And, but in the book, it's the type of thing where he can go long periods of time. Like, he doesn't have to do it that often. It's like the book will open up and he's like killing somebody. And then he's like, he's good. He's like coasting. He's great. And he'll make it like most of the way through the book. And then he kind of needs to do another one. And then like in the climax, he'll like, kill whatever the bad guy is and feel better about it. Right. And so that's great. That's good. That's golden. I feel like in the show, they really need to drive that home. So it's like, he's killing somebody every single week. That's like one of the changes. But yeah, Oak said, like basically unrelated to the books. And I told you before, the third book, it gets supernatural where they go with this whole concept that like every serial killer is basically possessed by a demon and their demons can communicate with the other demons that are possessing other serial killers. So they all have like this almost psychic, almost telepathic connection with each other, and it gets weird. And Castle with the lurk, thank you for the lurk, Castle. Oak says, I'd quote, sometimes you don't need an excuse to lather your bod in ointment. So I gotta be getting close. Crystal adds a quote, and Castle says, next quote's lucky. What is the next one? Because it's gonna be 888. I like it when numbers repeat like that. Queen Gator said, Logan offered the camera to the altar. And then Queen Gator says, I hear you, so that's got to be where the webcam died. Queen Gator says 1. Crystal says Rawr 1. Oak says 1. Oak says, Oak's TTS didn't even send through. Excuse me, Queen Katie said that. Crystal said, game, come on, it's the last 30 minutes, let us have this. Oak says he's back. Crystal says, yeah, he's back. And then Queen Katie said, that was quite the TTS delay. Well, I think it's because that TTS has to feed through OBS, and OBS was also frozen. And over on YouTube, Evie says, yes, McGriddles are fire. I love McGriddles. They're so freaking good. They're so good. Okay. Come on, Karuwa, speak to me. I'm sorry, okay?
I was really looking forward to seeing that movie with you. Oh. Do you have any idea how long you kept me waiting outside the station?
Okay, that's nice if this is what she's upset about, because, like, it's so obvious that she has feelings for him. And he's just, like, not taking it seriously.
I'm sorry. I seriously thought it was tomorrow. You gotta believe me, I feel terrible about this.
You really want to make this right?
Yeah, how many more burgers I gotta buy you, baby?
Of course I do. I'm already treating you to lunch, aren't I?
I'm treating you to several lunches.
Aren't you overdoing it a little? You can't be that hungry.
I'm not. I'm eating to fill an emotional void.
Aww.
I mean, we planned this out weeks ago. And after all that waiting and counting down the days, you go and flake on me.
Dude, she is in love with you. Why? What is... Yo! What is wrong with you, bro?
I know. I messed up. I'm sorry.
Well... I might forgive you. If you say the thing.
Okay, well, it's obviously not going to be something, like, really romantic, like I love you, but I bet it's going to be something sweet, like, I will always protect you, or something like that, huh?
I like to think she's doing the anime bites that have a lot of build-up but are super small, and so it will take actual hours to finish even one of those burgers because the bites are so small.
I remember when I was younger, I saw this movie. I always mess up the name of it. It's an anime. I mess up the name of it, so I won't bother saying it now. But I just remember there was this one scene where there was this like mechanic, and I think he was like working on it was like either a plane or a spacecraft or something like that. And I just remember this vividly. He had like a roll, and of course it's a movie, so a better budget than like most of the TV shows. And he just had this like, and he like ripped it apart and like chewed it up and ate it, and it was like so beautiful just to watch the animation on this roll getting eaten. It was so good. But thank you very much, Oak, for the 10 bits. And crap, we are less than 15 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. So once again, if you haven't already gotten in raid suggestions in the chat, last call for those. Okay, so the thing is probably going to be, yeah, I hope it's something sweet, like I'll always protect you. Or maybe it'll be something goofy. like a catchphrase of some character on a TV show they like. And that'll also be used later to show that, you know, someone's the real Karua, not only the scar on her stomach.
Right here? In public?
Mm.
Oh, okay. I'll say it. Whatever happens, I'll protect you, Karua. No matter what.
I was right, it is the sweet thing. Okay, last time that he had a Karua dream, it was about weather and rain, and then it was raining. So I feel like this one's got to be foreshadowing what's going to happen in this. Oh, maybe we're going to see Karua. Maybe she's going to be in the room. Maybe she was the one that Elka-bombed him with a pipe. Because she didn't see who it was, just someone's here, hit, and then it's like, oh, I'm so sorry, He's going to wake up, and we're going to see Karua there. I still think Ato is secretly Karua. But in case I'm wrong, maybe this is what we're going to do, and that this will just put that theory to rest. Unless my clone Karua theory is true, hence the need for the scar. But let's see.
Thanks. Okay, I forgive you. We're good. Now, don't just stand
he
there
gets
looking at me
burgers.
with those puppy dog eyes. Have some fries or a burger or something.
Yep, plenty of burgers.
You mean all of this is for both of us?
Yeah.
Of course. A petite young lady like myself couldn't possibly eat this much on my own.
So she was already planning to forgive him from the start.
Just try
Of
not
course
to
she
forget
was.
when we make plans, okay? It really did make me feel terrible. Put yourself in my shoes. How would you feel if I forgot about you? If I lost my memory and forgot everything.
So that's what it's going to be. We're going to wake up and we're going to find Karua, but she's going to have amnesia?
Huh?
If I forgot about you. If, the next time we met, I treated you like a stranger.
There's no way they'd be this detailed and emphatic about it unless this is foreshadowing for what's about to happen, right?
What would you do then?
What are you getting at, Karua?
Oh, nothing. I'm just kidding around.
Or if Vera was here, she'd just be kitten around. Oh, okay. So I guess we got knocked out and dragged back to the school, and or maybe we wake up here, so we're still out. We just spent the night out here. Huh? Where am I? When I came to, I was in a place I didn't recognize. I wasn't sure how I got there or how long I'd been unconscious. Well, hopefully our friends are here or that he has one of the fire extinguishers. What is this place? I couldn't have fallen asleep in that storm. So what am I doing here? My throat was dry and there was a dull ache at the back of my head. I couldn't summon enough energy to stand up. Eventually, I managed to move my neck and glance around. I can't say I liked what I saw. Tsubasa and Gaku were gone. Somehow, I'd been left all alone in this strange place. What happened to the others? They're probably looking for me. I need to go back to the academy. But how? I'm on my own here. I don't even know where here is. Everything feels so heavy, and without a fire extinguisher, I can't get past the wall. I tried calling for help. My body wouldn't cooperate. All that came out was a dry rasp. That's good, because then, like, invaders might hear you, bro. This is like Zombie Apocalypse 101. Don't make unnecessary loud noises. Oh, blurry vision. And just like that, I started to drift off again. Are we going to skip another day? And as my consciousness faded, I became aware of movement somewhere nearby. That's when I saw it.
I don't know what we're yelling about! Loud noises!
Thank you all for the loud noises and the 15 bits. That isn't even that loud, but I was just like so in the moment that got me. Thank you, Oak! Okay, it's Sirei? Oh no, I think I mentioned before when you load up the game, it shows a, huh?
Those loud noises were very unnecessary.
Very unnecessary. I don't know why you did that, but I thank you for the 15 bits for them. I mean, it's a premium sound alert. So thank you, Oak. Oh, and those 15 bits! I'll probably make it an even 30 so that you don't have to have like that 5 at the end. Thank you very much, Oak. I appreciate it. Okay, so I bet this isn't Siree. I think I mentioned before that when you boot up the game, it shows like a logo for like one of the companies where I worked on it. And it shows Siree and like another Siree, but he looked different. I can't remember how, but he looked different. So it's probably whatever the other one is. Siree 2. I don't know. Oh, look at those little lips. Oh, and he's got like a red beret and a medal and a tie. Okay, a full-on different outfit. Is that Siree? Our prince found us. Day 26. Day 27. Wow, we're just whipping through these days today. Day 28. I hope I'll have a save point soon. Oh, okay, so, brought me back to school. Huh? Where am I this time? I sat up and realized I was in a bed. A bed. In a room. A room I knew all too well. Or so I thought at first. Something wasn't right, though. Oh, maybe I'm in... I was gonna say in one of the other empty rooms, but why would that be significant? This isn't my room! These bed sheets aren't soiled with my juices! While I was struggling to make sense of everything, there was a click at the door, and the room opened. I'm sorry, that's not correct. The room didn't open. The door opened. The door is just part of a room. The rest of the room remained as was, and the door to the room opened. Huh?
What juices?
Well, you know how, like, if you have, like, a juicer for making, like, orange juice, you cut an orange in half and you, like... It's, like, the same. This is how guys, like, sleep. We just grind ourselves onto the bed, like, our back is on the mattress, like that, and our juices come out. We have juices. It's man juice. That's all it is. Nothing wrong with that. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. So was that Castle who did that? I should read some more in the chat. Hopefully we'll get to a save point soon. Let's see. Oak saying Krista with Ato bonkers. Krista says laughing real. Eglin says, oh, there's a bug on me, but every time I check, there's nothing. You sure it might not be like maybe you got a bit of a spider web on you? Oh, Eglin says this might be another factor as to why you're lonely. No. Because here's the thing. The ladies don't know about my man juices, and they reject me before getting to that point. So it's clearly something that will be an obstacle, a hurdle to overcome later on down the road. But that is not the preliminary halting spot. But thank you very much for the pin message. Again, I'm going to read some comments on Twitch, and I'll check over on YouTube as well. Crystal says, a crystal fragment, is that why my hand is missing? Oak says, no. Crystal says, rip cam. Queen says, ad quote, oh crap, violence was the wrong choice. And that's going to be lucky quote 888. Oak says, wait a minute. Crystal? Chris, is this... Oh! I'm reading chat. I promise I'm reading chat. Says, is that more evidence that Chris Deltarune will lose their hand? Oh, thank you, Queen Katie with the Tomcat. I guess that means we need to play some more in the game. Let's take a look over at YouTube chat. Let's see. Evie says, did you read my other comments? Sorry, I didn't think you did, but maybe you did, lol. I read all the comments there, and Queen Katie found out that I had a setting on wrong that was not showing me every single comment. Some were filtered out as likely spam, but I turned that off, so I should be able to see everything, so I'm pretty sure I read every comment, Evie. So yes, unless anything still somehow got filtered even with me changing that, I should have read it. So yeah, I hope so, because I'm not seeing any other comments that I didn't read. But yes. Okay, we'll play some more. We're gonna see who's at the door. I'm guessing it's gonna be the other little Siree with little fish lip, duck lips, whatever. The bright, earnest eyes and the lips. And the door to the room opened. See, I misread. There's a click at the door and the room opened. It's the door to the room opened. I can read, I promise. And just like that, I came face to face with my unlikely savior. Oh, or maybe it's gonna either be the other Siree guy, or it's going to be Karua. Little dude, look at that.
Ah, feeling better, are we? Jolly good. You gave us quite a scare there.
That's, her voice? I was not expecting that voice. Okay, that is a very cutesy little voice. Hey. As the little gray blob came scurrying over to me, my brain finally started to register what was going on. You're not Siray! Who are you? Oh, I don't know what voice to use right now. It's cute, so I'll go with the Chiaki type of a voice.
Indeed, I'm often told.
Huh?
You should check general chat.
I'll check it because you spent 10 bits. Oh, and also we're just a little over 30 seconds away from the 3-hour mark. Okay, so obviously, like I said before, I don't have the Discord open on my desktop, so I gotta pull it up on my phone. It's me doing the little duck lips, fish lips thing. It's a screen capture of that. There you go. There you go. That was so worth it, apparently. Thank you for the 10 bits. And we are 12 seconds away from the 3-hour mark.
Indeed, I'm often told we look alike, but it's as you say, I am not the Honorable Siray. Likewise, this is not your room back at Last Defense Academy. This is, in fact, second to Last Defense Academy.
Well, if they're second to last, shouldn't they be out before us? The enemy should have to go through them to get to us if they're second to last. So these are gonna be the new characters? Honorable Siray, second to last?
This must be what it feels like to have a parent say I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
I'm mad, I'm just disappointed. Yes. Yes, that is what it is. That is exactly what it is. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. Thank you.
You are from the main campus, are you not? With that class armor, you could scarcely be mistaken for a civilian. My, but I was surprised when I found you. Never expected to see one of our soldiers collapse out in the wilderness.
Huh? You mean, you saved me?
You might say that. Our defense system picked up an unidentified greeting in the vicinity, so I tootled off to investigate. That's when I found you, young man, face down in the dirt. Once I realized you were one of us, I brought you back to the academy, lickety-split.
Again, we might change this voice, but I'm going with it for now. I guess I must have passed out during the storm. I still don't understand how that happened, though. Did I get blown into a wall and hit my head? Maybe it'll come back to me later.
Ahem, I must say, it's not every day we receive a visitor from the illustrious main campus. Did you walk all the way here? It's no wonder you slept so long.
You called this second to Last Defense Academy, didn't you? What is this place, and who are you? Oh, so this will probably solve our food problem, because they probably have a food supply as well. And we'll probably, like, just move over to this new campus, and they'll have all the same rooms as us? Or maybe they'll bring their food from their campus to us, or, like, share it? And who are you?
Before I answer that, I have an important question for you, soldier. Would you like some jelly donuts that Brock from Pokemon made? I mean, onigiri. You must be simply famished after your little siesta.
They were only as simple rice balls, but the sight of them made my mouth water. I felt like I hadn't eaten in days, because I hadn't eaten in days. My body moved automatically. I wasn't thinking about where I was or whether they were safe to eat. I just shoveled in onigiri after onigiri, desperate to sate my hunger.
It does my heart good to see a young'un enjoying their food, so. But I imagine you'll be wanting to know more about this place. I'll have to introduce you to the others as well.
Maybe she'd have more of a grandma voice if she calls us a young'un. Huh? What others?
The other students of this academy, dear boy. They're currently engaged in training exercise in the gymnasium. What say we continue this conversation there? I'll go ahead and leave you to settle your nerves. You should be able to find the way without my help. Our school is laid out exactly like yours. Pew!
With that said, the strange creature hurried away. Oh, his! Okay, so it's not a girl. It's just a cutesy voice. His stubby little legs a blur beneath him. I'm sorry. I assumed. Is the lips. It's the luscious lips. There's another academy? Like a second campus? It even has students to protect it, just like ours. Why would they set things up like that, though? I don't understand any of this. I guess I should head to the gym. Maybe that'll get some answers. Okay. Oh, achievement unlocked. The other academy arrived at second to last defense academy. Let's save our game. Can I look at a map? Will I see like what their faces look like? Oh, I can't access the map. I gotta read some more in the chat though. Crystal says, I'm impressed you still remember that theory. Laughing. Oak says, he's back. I mean, it's common theory and there's a lot of evidence. Queen said, yes, I'm still here. I decided to stay with you, dear Sir Logan. That's again so nice of you, Queen Katie. Thank you. Crystal with some raid suggestions. Hang on, let me copy these over into my text file. I guess Vero never got here. So I'm not gonna be able to share both of those random Transformers checks. I should just accumulate them. Any time that Extemporaneous posts new ones of them, so that the next time Vera was here, we'll be able to. Let's see. Oh, also, it looks like the first one of Crystal's suggestions may have had a typo in the name, but that's okay. I'm copying the other 3 over right now. So thank you again very much, Crystal. Oak says, okay, it's gotta be California. It is. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and assume that you typed that before I said it's California. See, Queen says, random guess, Irvine. No, not Irvine. I'm sorry. Last chance for any guesses. I may have mentioned on stream before. I'm not sure. Timestamp 2 hours 35 minutes. Crap. I'm still a half hour behind. Castle says my personal guess. I think I have 4. You bet. Bummerville, Dogtown, and Bumblebee. Transformer mention. I don't know if there's a Bumblebee in California, but no, none of those. I'm sorry. Castle says all California cities are more frequently unincorporated communities. Laughing. Crystal laughs. Dagger says, what about long clocks? Jeez. Oak says, someone guessed San Diego, San Jose, and Long Beach. It is a subdivision, it's a subcategory of one of those 3 counties. Either San Diego, San Jose, or Long Beach. A pin message written by Queen Gator said, oh, please, Sir Logan, since you have saved here, can we, can we at least meet the new characters before ending stream? I have my VFX. I've been holding them all stream. I don't know if we'll have time to meet all of them, but how about this? We'll compromise. I will head down there and we'll see what they look like. And then we'll end right there, okay? And we'll probably still have to wait for the voiceover facts for next stream because we are over time already. I'm so sorry, Queen Katie. But we'll go down there and see them. Is that an adequate compromise? And then I guess that'll give me time to think about until next time what their voices might be. Oak says, I'm out. Tell you what, Oak, I will give you half of a point for the fact that you included. I'll say San Diego. It's a sub area of San Diego. So you got that. Oak says, I'm out. Crystal says, oh, this scene. Queen says, oh, Dagger laughing. Crystal laughing. Queen said, captions from TTS, Secure Me is praying for life. Oak says, I want them to bring back the gums in my mouth because having holes there hurts. Timestamp 242. Queen says, I don't know who Snatcher is, but I feel like that's quite the foul joke. And okay, I'll take it. There's a pin message. Thank you very much. Said, oh, is it who I think? Is it the Doki Doki? Eglin says, okay, Logan, I get it. It's just like... I like the news. Nothing wrong with that. I give you a hard time. I kid because I love. You're perfectly entitled to like the noose. Quicket says, oh, never mind. What do you mean a talking noose? What happens if you grab that noose and start using it like a rope lasso? Well, you can't, but you can like grab it and like, I think you were able to like boing up to higher places, if I remember correctly. Eglin said, in Subcon Forest, there are nooses on trees you can hang on to for like decor/grappling hook tutorial. And then when you grapple them, the really deep voice starts flirting with you and talking about how pretty your neck looks and how it would love to strangle you. I promise I'm not insane. Oak says, I think you are. Quicket says, what? Oak says, TTS loves to eat OBS. Quicket says, I wonder what movies they watch in there if they don't know much about the outside world. Oak says, raid suggestion, LoganRobo's. Crystal says, oh, a booby stream? A booby stream? Oak says, yes, it's raid suggestive. A suggestive raid. Crystal says, laughing. Oak says, Logan with robot boobs. They shoot missiles. The nipples are missiles. The rest of the boob opens up and pew. Crystal says, oh my gosh, keyboard slam. Eglin said, first animation up now. Oh, looking forward to seeing it. Crystal says, we're blurry. Oh, never mind. Says, oh, keyboard slam. Quicken says, holy timing. Oak. Eglin said, why them lips so luscious? Crystal says, Logan, what? Oh my gosh. Crystal says, Takumi juices. Oak says, add quote, these bed sheets aren't soiled with my juices. Okay, there's a clip. We'll check that out in a minute. Let's first head down and see what the new people look like. We'll see that. Over on YouTube, though, Evie says, lol, I might have missed it. I didn't hear your response to my team lead. What I said before was that I think that you had mentioned, because the hug sounded familiar, but that was really sweet of your team lead. Said comment, and then, haha, walking through the school hallways gave me major deja vu. It was similar to Last Defense Academy here, but just different enough to be noticeable. The disconnect between familiar and unfamiliar was actually a little unsettling. Maybe the big statues they have are different. Let's do a quick lap. I actually can't remember what the statues are, so never mind. We'll be able to see this next time because we're not going to save when we go down there. Let's just head down, see what they look like, and then we'll watch the clip, read the rest of chat, and then we will raid out of here. And by the way, I forgot to mention, I did want to thank those of you who tuned in yesterday for the collab over at Kim's channel. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I know Krista watched the VOD, and we had several people who were there. And so thank you to all of you for hanging out. Even though I wasn't able to read the chat, it was great checking over there, occasionally seeing comments from like Oak and Bumbo and everybody. So cafeteria. The building really is laid out just like Last Defense Academy. It's hard to believe there are two schools as similar as this. I should head over to the gym. Oh, I thought it was the cafeteria. Gym. Maybe then I'll get some answers. I can't see the map. Where was the gym? Where was the James? Oh, what is that? Was that bathrooms? That's boys' bathroom. Where be the James? There we go, gym. As I stepped into the gym, the place fell silent, and everyone who was there turned to look at me. So how many will there be? Will there be just as many here as in our academy? Oh, just 3. Oh, okay. I thought that when we did the trailer that there was a character who had like a pumpkin for a head. So it's a tomato, apparently. So I'm glad I wasn't misremembering. So my face in the way, but we just got a guy with like an eye patch. We got a girl in a training gi of some sort that also has no pants. And a tomato head. The tomato face is spooky, but I love the tomato head. I think that's fantastic. So here are our 3 people. Okay, while we're enjoying this visual, we got to check out this clip. Oak has posted a clip into the chat, and as I said before, if anyone wasn't here earlier, huh?
You got me, my goat.
Wait, well, what's the name? Yugamu? Yugamu? I don't know which one is Yugamu, but I guess we'll find out next time. But Dagger apparently likes Yugamu. But yes, as I was saying before, thank you very much, the 10 bits Dagger. I appreciate that. I look forward to getting to know these characters. As I said, Oak posted a clip. We'll check out this clip and load up our clip viewer, watch it. This clip is from only 15 minutes ago. Oh, I gotta click repeat. I guess it went all the way through. It's titled, Help Me, I Can't Stop Laughing. Oh, it's this thing. Sirei? And it just fades to black. Thank you very much, Oak. I appreciate that. Thank you. Crystal adds a quote. Dagger says, Logan, ... What? Quick says, oh gosh, what will 890 be? Eglin said, this may be another factor as to why you're lonely. Timestamp 2 hours, 56 minutes. Dagger said, this and the mic smooch. Oh, wait, hang on, an Oak with another clip. We gotta pop that clip viewer back up again. Because there's another one. I just barely put it away. So we gotta see what this clip is. Oh, I gotta pause it. It doesn't want to pause. Why isn't it pausing? There we go. This clip also just from 15 minutes ago. Let's take a look. Wait, did the game just end? I think the music just cut out. Is titled, Logan's Juicy Manhood.
What juices?
Well, you know how like, if you have like a juicer for making like orange juice, you cut an orange in half and you like, it's like the same. This is how guys like sleep. We just grind ourselves onto the bed, like our back is on the mattress like that, and our juices come out. With juices. It's man juice. I shouldn't have used the word grind. That's all that could have sexual connotations, and that was not meant to be for the, of an adult nature. But thank you very much for the additional clip. There, the music is back. I think it was just like switching tracks or something. Oh, and right after that, Man Juice's Castle's doing a daddy command. Said I have no appropriate response, so there's part of the daddy command. Chris says, oh, this. Oak says, my mouth hurt. Eglin said, the things you say make me far less worried about anything I post, make it harder to get a job later down the line. Castle says, uncomfy plus. Crystal says, Quick says, so I had never heard this character's voice in my life. I thought it was a male character. Okay, so it is. With that face, I would have... Like, based on that appearance, I think my instinct would have been to give that creature the, oh crap, did the little thing tell us his name yet? The Winston Payne voice, kind of like, ooh, just kind of a guy like this, but it's cutesy voice instead. Huh. Quick says, I didn't know it's a female Sirei. That's what I thought, so apparently it is male, but just a cutesy male. Oak says, my parents have only ever been mad or visibly disappointed, never confused them being disappointed for being mad. Eglin said, I almost want to hear a southern accent from this little blob. Oh, we can test that out. Oh, we could give the Noel voice a little southern accent. Oak said, is there a way to make southern accent sound like uncomfortable squelching? Cass said, I'm still reeling from juice. Quiga says, oh, it's a male character. Crystal says, please meet the other characters before you finish stream. Please, 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 please. Oh, Quiga said, I assumed correctly. Crystal says, I assumed wrong. Eglin said, even still, I vote Southern Belle for a voice. Oh, so like a Southern Belle type of voice. We could do that. We could experiment. Quiga said, yes, please, Logan. I've been holding on to VFX all stream. Castle says, I think the solution would be a southern accent with like a loud gum chew. Gumshoe. Hugh O'Connor. And a miscommand. Castle said, oh yeah, Gumshoe. Besides that, why would you have orange juice in bed? That would stain, because sometimes I'm sleepy and thirsty. And I love orange juice. Queen said, please, please, Sir Logan. Oh, we read that earlier. Castle duels me. Oh, crap. I think I missed the duel. Castle says, I desire to fight this man. I know it will not happen. I still want to fight. Well, I can try and do it. I can type accept, but it's probably too late. Crystal says, please, please. Queen said, I'll take it. Crystal says, oh, I'll take it too. Yes, please. Queen said, I'll save the facts. Save the facts next stream. Eglin says, and your kidding fuels me to make the angst worse. /HJ. Queen says, wait, did anybody have any actual raid suggestions? Oh, Crystal has 2 more raid suggestions. Thank you very much for those ones. I'll copy those over as well. Crystal, thank you so much for always being the MVP with our raid suggestions here. And don't worry if you're lurking and you're sticking around while I'm catching up in chat. I will catch up. I will catch up. And then I guess I sing my stupid little song at the end of that, but that's not really worth the build-up for it. Thank you, Crystal. When he says, Quigita says, there we go. I summoned the suggest. Crystal says, let's go, let's go. Oh my gosh, let's go. He's gonna see them. Oak says, I need to watch the VOD. I gotta be there for the last round, but I missed most of it, sadly. Quigita said, captions. Oh, I thought was captured. Jim. Crystal says, oh my gosh, let's go. Quigita says, yes. Crystal says, keyboard slam. Yes. Oh, no, I forgot about ... him. Quigita says, Logan's blocking him. Oh, do you want me to take my camera down for a second so you can see apparently him? I'll do that. There's him. I just realized his coat has like hands on it. Quiggin says, thank you for the very sleepy Takami stream. Oak says, thank you for the very stream. Made me smile. Eglin said, that is by far the worst title. Wait, what title? More commands from Castle. Crystal says, Logan, please continue the dialogues. You gotta see the others. Oh, there's more than these 3? I don't know if we got time. We might have to wait till next time. Castle said, this channel strives to be wholesome. I call cap. Oak says, quote, that can have sexual connotation, says Logan. Not talking about the man juices. It's the word grinding. Juices can sometimes juices are just juices. That's all. Crystal says, laughing. Oak said, I was about to do that. Crystal says no. Oak says, wait, that just gave me an idea to make a full I caught up into chat for the first time of the night song. Ooh, Crystal says, block his face. Eglin says, would. Dagger said, thank you for the very juicy stream. Crystal says, do not show his face. Eglin, no, you wouldn't. Dagger says, no, show more of his face. Crystal says, no. Quigita said, see y'all next time. Eglin said, how do you know I am? It was said, you know how I am. Crystal says, but no. Quigita says, I need my sleep so I can wake up early to play Digimon. Crystal says, I know, but no. Castle says, no juice, drink water. There! At 3 hours, 16 minutes, and 56 seconds, I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. Yeah. And over on YouTube, Evie says, thank you for recapping, Logan. Lol, nice. I like Tomato Head, too. Okay! Hang on. So for those who are lurking and stuck around through all of that huge scramble to catch up to chat, let me give you the rundown of the channel as your, I guess, reward or punishment for that. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, which means next stream is tomorrow night. We're going to be playing some Persona 5 Strikers. We're about halfway through the game at what seems to be a very potentially pivotal point in the story. So I don't know what exactly was going to happen, but it might be kind of cool. Sunday, however, we are not going to be playing more 100 Line. The last few Sundays, we've been playing smaller games. We just finished Me Side. This Sunday, we're going to try out Hollow Knight for the first time for me. Blind entry into it is probably not going to be a full playthrough, but I got to see what all the buzz is about. A friend of me gifted it to me. I'm going to try it. We'll see what it is. The remaining Sundays for the month will probably just be spooky games. I couldn't remember the word spooky. Okay, like spooky games. So that's what we're probably going to do for the rest of the month then. So, The next time we're going to be playing 100 Line is going to be 1 week from today. On next Thursday, we're going to pick up right where this one is leaving off. Before we do that, however, let me also give you our link tree if anyone is still lurking, and copy this over to YouTube as well in case we got lurkers there. Oh, we got Sebastian AI says, I came back after 1,000,000 years. I know I had a long gray Rip Van Winkle beard because so much time had passed, but I shaved it right before you got here. But welcome! How are you doing? It is good to see you. I'm sorry that it's right as we're winding down the stream, but thank you for being here. There is a link tree that has all of our social media, including a Discord invite, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Check it out if you want, or ignore it. But we are going to populate a raid with someone who is playing No, I'm Not a Human, which is a spooky game that I guess a lot of people have been interested in. I don't own it, but I'd kind of be interested in possibly playing it sometime, huh?
It's true, I saw him shave a beard. You just missed it.
It just happened. It just happened. I've been growing it all this time. Sebastian says, I'm hidden hand. I just keep changing my thing. Oh, for some reason I thought you must have been somebody from Ace Attorney. Why did I think that we had a Sebastian? Okay, well, hidden hand, please promise me from now on that you will tell me when you've changed it. Otherwise, I get confused like this. I've said before, I think I might need to start creating like a spreadsheet of everybody's names, because in the past like month or two, I have called people by the wrong names with increasing frequency, and I feel very ashamed for that. And Hidden Hand says, sure. Okay, so thank you very much for that. So we're initiating the raid. As I said, there's someone playing No, I'm Not a Human, which looks very spooky. I kind of would like to try and play it maybe, but I have a feeling by the time I get to it, the flavor of the month of it will have maybe worn off. Have any of you guys played this one? It's like where you try to see if people are skinwalkers, I guess. You like examine their teeth and eyes and things, I think. Let's see. Oak says, good night, everyone. Love y'all. Dagger said, good night, everyone. Crystal doing a raid command. Thank you very much, Crystal. Eglin says, you're talking to the same person that fell for the concept of Yandere Frat Boy. The standards are rock bottom. Crystal says, Yandere Frat Boy actually sounds good, though. And Oak with a bunch of heart. Thank you all for being here. I love and appreciate you. I was worried because like some of our 100 line streams have been more sleepy. But I had a lot of fun tonight, and it's because of all of you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You guys are the best community. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. We'll see you tomorrow for some Persona 5. See you Sunday for some Hollow Knight. We'll see you next Thursday for some more 100 Line. Sebastian says, anyways, have a good day. Thank you, Hidden Hand. Evie says, yep, I've seen that one being played. Never played it myself, though. It looks interesting. But anyway, you guys are the best. Thank you for being here. Everybody on the Twitch side of things, enjoy the raid. Have a great rest of your night. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And Hidden Hand giving a thumbs up there. Yes, so for those of you watching the VOD and over on YouTube, like Evie, like Frulzy, like Hidden Hand. Oh, Evie gives the hearts. Hidden Hand says bye. Yes. Good night as well.